Tights. My name is Gary Beekler. I am live in San Francisco, California, and we have a nice little panel of white men. There's no diversity tonight at all, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Everything's okay. So we'll start with my left or your right, whatever way you're looking, with Odin from Odin's movie blog. He's got a movie blog because it's in the title. What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much, man. Did you know I had a movie blog? How's it going, everybody?
I didn't know until I got to your YouTube channel.
So Odin, do you have a movie blog?
You know, I might. I just might.
You actually blog?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I blog.
When you're not combing your beard?
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, see, that's what I need. I need to start bringing the beard to the streams.
That's what I'm doing.
Not the beard comb to the streams.
That's what I'm doing right now. See, right there.
Yeah.
Nice wooden beer coat.
What kind of wood is that?
It's maple. I have no freaking idea. It just says nice bearded gentleman.
A nice
bearded gentleman.
Do you use any oils on it?
Yes, I do. I'm forgetting the name right now, and they're a sponsor last week too. But
for shame.
I blame drugs and my parents. We also have author Stephen Walton, author of the Phantom Menace book, with us. What's up, Stephen?
No, not much. Heard about the news with Anas Abdeen earlier, and I'm a lifelong Star Trek fan. And I felt like coming on and venting tonight, so thank you for letting me do that, Gary.
You are quite welcome. Let this be your outlet. And by the way, you in the chat, it can be your outlet as well. I am, it threw my day sideways. I'll be honest with you.
Yep.
So next we have a up and coming YouTuber. He's got all these friends on the internet. He has no enemies. Everybody loves him. Universally loved. Jeremy of the car video. What's up, dude?
What's up, everyone? Yeah, my shirt is apparently tripping people out, so I may need to throw on my Geeks and Gamers sweater. Apparently, it's all over the place, so I think I'm going to do that. So, but as I told, it's nothing new for Gary. It's nothing new for Gary.
Wow, it took me back, man. Took me back.
But yeah, and just a heads up. Yeah, I told Gary, not that he told me it mattered, but I'm not going to be like overly sarcastic because I actually like being invited to this stream. So I'm not going to try to piss everybody off like I have all the other streams I've been on. So not super sarcastic. I'm not going to be bragging about how much money I have and how many subs I have because people are getting really mad about that and don't understand what I'm doing. But yeah, so let me change shirts and I'll be right back.
Oh, you're not going to do it on the air?
Oh, come on.
No, he's not even thinking about my click.
I said shirt comes off at 1 million subs, and I'm saving that one.
All right. 1 million subs. Shit. I get 200,000, man. I'll drop my drawers.
Wave your dick at traffic.
Yeah. And next we have Comix Division. What's up, Comix Division?
Oh, you know, the usual. I think I might have bronchitis. And what's up, my fellow straight white males?
You're sounding quite sexy today, I must say.
I know. Yeah. It's from all this coughing, which has made my voice deep and raspy. So I'm sure I sound triple sexy tonight. Yeah, so this is how I've been sounding all week. It's also been part of the reason why I haven't recorded jack shit and just been doing my Borderlands live streams. But feeling a little bit better. Feeling a little bit better. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and got some stuff planned for my my weekly roundup coming up. There's a lot of stupid shit to talk about coming from the Mary Sue.
Oh, I haven't. You know what? I haven't gone to the Mary Sue in like a week or so.
Holy shit! I know that Doomcock has talked about the whole thing with the alleged or proposed remake of Princess Bride, and such terrible hot takes.
And also too, you don't even need to go to the Mary Sue website because our buddies over at Bounding into Comics already covered it. So
yeah, they were on it.
Use them.
I got to see that. Have you guys ever taken a minute to watch the Mary Sue's YouTube channel?
No, I need to, man.
They have a channel?
They do.
Oh, they do. And they have a show. Hang on. I'll show it to you. Hey, let's take a look at it. Princess Weeks hosts a show every week.
Oh, she's so terrible.
Well, you know what? It's the one thing that confounds me is they hate comics. They always want to change everything fundamentally about comics. So why do they? I don't understand. So their name of their show is called Well, Actually.
That's
well, beautiful. Actually, I mean, That is the quintessential title of an SJW show.
It really is.
Well, actually, here, let's go. Let's show everybody. There we go.
Episode 1, The Thirst Awakens. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's it gets a couple views. They got almost 2,000 subs. There you go. Yeah, that's that's the Mary
channel.
Up and coming channel. Well, that's what we'll call it.
How many subs did it have? I couldn't see it.
2,390.
That's it?
That's it.
I wonder how long it's been around.
It's probably been around for a while. A lot of these sites have channels. If you go find them, like Aggressive Comics had a channel, yeah, and they just don't get any traction. That's partially why they.
I wonder why.
Are they not promoting them? Or
no, I don't think people just. It's. They would probably do better on Instagram. I mean, certain platforms play better to their crowd. I really don't think YouTube's their crowd anymore. At least our side. I don't know. It's hard to tell. YouTube's the second largest site in the world. So there's channels with 1 million subs that are getting unverified that I have never heard of.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, I don't have a chance.
Hey, now Susan released a statement, said if you're verified, you're staying verified now.
What?
Yeah, that was released just now. But also, the channel's been around for 5 years. Is there
Leave it to Odin.
video? And they are uploading every now and then. So it looks like they are starting to get more amped up for 2020.
Oh, I bet they are. I bet they are.
Yeah, Garrett, you didn't hear about this?
No, man. This is
she released a tweet, and this is for the first time, maybe ever, YouTube actually listened, and they listened to all the criticism. And you could go to Twitter and look at her tweets right now, but she said if you already are verified, you will keep your verification badge, and they're working to not. They understand that they upset a lot of creators yesterday, and that wasn't their intent, and they apologized. And that's the first time because I'm
in shock right now, dude.
I had YouTube Team YouTube tweets their notifications on because I was upset yesterday. Because when they made all these tweets, I wanted to reply in the comments and destroy them so I could get a lot of traction, get a bunch of likes and every retweets and stuff. So I was like, all right, you mother effers, next time you tweet, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna drop some truth on you. And it was a retweet of her. And I get ready, I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm typing some angry stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, she's apologizing. Wait a minute, we're keeping our badge? Wait a minute. They listened? I was like, good Lord.
That's a fucking first, man.
Yeah. So
I'm speechless. I was ready to rip them tonight. I was like, okay, guys, I know I didn't put it in the description, but it's time to rip some YouTube. I don't want to put it in the description because like YouTube will see it, I'm kind of chicken shit about it. But wow. Okay, so
don't worry about it, man, because they had that whole, I won't say voice recognition, but they basically scan what you say, and they know
I
what you say.
understand that. I know that, but I mean, I want to.
Doesn't matter.
I don't want to get it. Yeah, it does. I mean, because if you don't put it in the description, that voice recognition doesn't look. It only looks for keywords, like harsh keywords.
Yeah, fair enough.
I rarely get demonetized. So, but to our creators and users, I am sorry for the frustration and hurt that we caused our new approach to verification. While trying to make improvements, we missed the mark. As I write this, we are working to address your concerns as well as updates soon. So, remember that they did this rounding up bullshit with the sub count, right? For creator health. That's what they said. I don't know.
Fucking shit, dude. Because that's totally screwing everything over when you go and look at Social Blade.
So, and Jeremy at the quartering is right. I mean, I just went over and I made an Excel spreadsheet now that I check more than I ever checked Social Blade. I'm like updating it myself and I've got it all set up and it's actually pretty cool. But,
so you are a nerd.
Yes,
okay.
Very much so. But this would actually fuck with creators, like younger creators who, I was watching all the videos and there was some guys, everybody started out with like, I really don't care about the check mark, but then they would go on 15 minutes and talk about how upset they are. It's okay to be upset about the check mark. You earned it. And for them to take it away was fucked up. especially to the kids, like some 20-year-old, like this is the first fucking thing he's ever accomplished, and you're going to take that away from him. Yeah, it's going to fuck with creators' health.
And that's how he was getting laid. So
exactly, yeah. Exactly.
Comments on some girl's video. She's got like 12 subscribers, and he's got a check mark. Yeah, what up, girl? You got a check.
What up, girl? See my check mark? I mean, it's a meaningless check mark. Honestly, I feel the same way I did about it before. I mean, I don't know if I even want it now. I mean, I don't, because I don't need to be verified by YouTube. I don't want to be an official version of events, you know.
Well, you have the check mark, man. So embrace
maybe I can get rid of it. Maybe I can get rid of it. It doesn't help. I mean, it doesn't do anything. But
no, it just says who you say you are, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I like having the check mark on YouTube, but I have a flat out and I even like people like, you need to get a check mark on Twitter. I will cuss Twitter verified out. I will quit Twitter if they give me a check mark.
Me too.
Oh, absolutely. I do not. Now I would like to have a check mark for Geeks and Gamers Twitter account, the official one. That's fine, but not for my personal one. I know nothing to do with that check mark. And if they ever give me one, I will tell them to shove it up their ass, or I'll quit that site, because I don't. It's the way that the check marks are utilized on Twitter is what drives me crazy. And but as far as the YouTube side, I like having one, because people can create. It's easy to recreate a YouTube account and comment in comment section, and people will just take it at face value. Whereas Twitter is just different, I guess, when people they just click real quick and see that that's not you. YouTube's a little different,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I feel like,
Oh, go on.
I just feel like it's lost its entire meaning, because I always thought that Twitter verified was supposed to be, these are people that have been verified. We can verify who they are. But now, especially after, I mean, I don't know if y'all have seen, I mean, I'm sure that y'all all saw it at this point, but the Joe Rogan podcast, when they had Jack Dorsey on, and basically you find out that the verified check mark is no longer just, we're verifying who you are, but now they say, the company's image is a part of it too.
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
that's such
okay, so it doesn't mean a damn thing as far as verifying who they are. It's all about your club, essentially. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, in a nutshell. I mean, it was very apparent once they started taking the verification away from Milo. Love him, hate him, that's his account, and it should be verified because it's him. Mm-hmm. Just like any celebrity or politician.
Well, and that's who I think was behind this, dude. I think behind it on YouTube, I 100% believe it was celebrities. It was agents of celebrities lobbying to keep their elite fucking status, and the fucking musicians. The musicians cause more fucking trouble on this platform than anybody, and nobody gives a shit about your music. I'm sorry. But it's the musicians cause a lot of problems. The copyright strikes, that Warner Brothers music, that's the fucking musicians. And I'm talking about the big ones, not the independent ones.
Right.
Musicians, auto-tune fuckers.
So well, dude, check this shit out. Okay, so my first live stream with Borderlands 3, it has the intro song, and like right after it got done encoding, it was immediately copyright strike. I immediately got a copyright strike on it.
Wow.
For music.
Yeah, that shit needs to be taken care of. I'm impressed by this. So thank you, Susan. Publicly, thank you. Thank you for doing something right.
You still suck. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You still suck.
This is because I was genuinely worried. I talked about it on the Exozone 2 days ago. I was gonna try to get a movement to make a check mark look like a scarlet letter. Like, if you got one, you suck, and don't fucking go to that channel. But I'm glad they did this. But I think this really hit again like 2 months ago. This is all stemming from Crowder. Okay, it's not Crowder's fault, but it's stemming from the incident with Crowder. They're prepping for the election. I fully believe that they disconnected from Social Blade so they can hide when they start suppressing channels. And
I think you're right. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm always conspiracy oriented, but half the time the shit ends up happening. But I think I know they're prepping for the election, because there's a lot of people who blame YouTube for the election. Particularly,
which is ridiculous. That is so ridiculous.
It is. People came here because of the mainstream media. It was a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ultimately, there's definitely they're trying to push to try to reposition the CNNs and the NBCs and the mainstream medias on YouTube. And what they don't understand is they don't understand the YouTube audience. The YouTube audience came here to get away from those brands.
Right.
They didn't come here to find those brands again. And I think that they got a rude awakening yesterday, and this is proof that if we could collectively come together and let our voices be heard as one, if we all are on the same page, it can have an impact. And if you I paid attention to those tweets, and they were getting ratioed like hell, and there were some relevant creators that were commenting in there, and they were just like, what are you guys talking about? Nobody was confused. And then they said that they talked to other creators and creators were confused. That is a flat out lie.
Yeah.
There is not one single creator on this platform that was confused by the verification situation. Not one. And if they exist, they need to come forward. There's absolutely no way a creator would be smart enough and intelligent enough to build their own YouTube channel, develop their brand, and maintain their audience and not understand this simple verification process that YouTube has. That was a lie.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with so many people. Yeah.
Unless by confused, it meant, oh, it's confusing because it's going to make everyone be a part of the club that we just want to be a part of. So let's just not do that.
What I think actually probably got to reverse back is that there was this one black creator who they used in promo material who released a really scathing rant against YouTube saying, you're using my image in your marketing material and I'm no longer verified. That it could be potentially really, really bad for YouTube if they didn't reverse it.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it was a first attempt to clean it up. I mean, if they need to Sticks and Hammer or whatever his name is, I agree with him. If they need, there's more people on YouTube. There's more people with 100,000 subs. If they need to raise it a little bit, fine, do it. It's a new goal, but to just take it away willy-nilly, I still think conspiratorial. I think it was a way to, because they mentioned it in one of the articles. They mentioned that some people were thinking the check mark meant YouTube approved of the content, which is, a child thinks that way.
That's ridiculous.
It's we're not protected. Jeremy and I discussed this when we got our check marks. The only thing it says is YouTube is taking a look at our channel, and because they do say, if your content isn't cool, we're not going to give you the check mark or the play button. Well, we got both things.
I did.
You didn't get a play button?
Still haven't gotten it.
Really?
Yeah. I filed for mine before anybody except for maybe Jeff, maybe.
Did you send it to a PO box?
No, it's just it's gotten all hung up, and I got the email saying that it's processing. I've gotten this email like a month ago. My wife was gonna make a big deal of it. I was like, just don't worry about it.
Did they say they would approve it?
Oh, it's been approved. I even got the email. I got the email saying that it's en route, but that was almost 2 months ago now that it said your silver play button is processed and is en route. That was like 2 months ago. I emailed them back and I got some weird response from them, but it was a no reply. Like whatever they responded to me, they basically said there was an error in the shipping and I couldn't respond to that. And yes, I do have my YouTube contact that I can reach out to, but I've just been like, whatever.
You've been busy.
We've
both been busy.
At this point, I felt really weird after I've applied for my silver play button and my check mark, because I'm like, they know who I am now.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. We're like, do we want to bring attention to ourselves, but after you got approved, I'm like, oh shit, I'll get approved.
Are they changing the requirements for the check mark now?
They probably will eventually, and I'm pretty sure the silver play button's done soon. Better hurry up to 100K within a year.
I think they are. And full disclosure, hurry up, Odin. Full disclosure, I don't have a problem if they wanted to change the verification process or if they wanted to extend it. I don't have a problem with that. You have to evolve with any company, any business. YouTube has become the biggest thing on the internet. But to just strip everyone, like, have you ever heard of the grandfathered in term? You grandfather in the people that it applied to under your old system, because that's just how it works.
Like monetization.
Yeah,
like they did with monetization. Yeah,
exactly. And so it was a very, very, bad decision.
That was cold. It was cold-blooded.
The whole thing with monetization, I got pissed off because right when I hit that mark is right around the same time. I hit it right before they changed it, and I was instantly.
Yeah,
I was not grandfathered in. I was so pissed about that.
I remember, and I had got monetization God, a while ago. I don't know how the hell I got it. I can't even remember getting it, to be honest with you. It was when I had like 3. I'm like, I signed up and I'm like, never thought about it again. Then a year later, I got it. I'm like, wait, I got some money. I'm like, I got some money? Where did I get the money from? I'm like, YouTube, huh? What? That's cool. That's weird. And yeah. Then, of course, our pay doesn't come until Monday. Because of the 21st landing on a weekend. But what's up, everybody? Hi, chat. We'll get to you in a second. We'll stop bitching about YouTube. But you know, it's been kind of a big deal, and it's also I love how pissed off our friends in the fandom Menace got the comments I was getting and you know on Twitter and what Jeremy's responses and stuff. That was rad. Thanks for having our back, people. I really appreciate that. That felt good. You guys were like madder than I was. So that was cool. Some people were fucking raging mad. I'm like, look at them. Look at that. Ooh. I'm glad they're on my side. I really am. That makes me happy.
And it worked. Susan heard us.
Susan. Yeah,
let me just go ahead since he's in the chat. I did hang out with Drunk Threepio. He is just as handsome in person.
Do you want to bring him in?
So
should we bring him in?
Yeah. Let's bring old Drunk in here.
Bring in Drunk.
He's very, very handsome. And I told him, I said, it's kind of like with Step Brothers. I was like, it's kind of like a combination between Fergie and Jesus. I couldn't even look at him. It was just like radiating back onto me. And no, but all really, we had a great time. Our car video was fantastic. I scared him a little bit.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling with Jeremy and car videos.
Hey, well, you haven't been in an Audi with me. You were in the SUV, or I think the Kia. Were you in the Kia?
I've been in a couple different cars.
Yeah, but you haven't been in a sports car with me. Drunk was in the sports car, and he was he was a little nervous. But yeah, it was great. It was great hanging out with him. We went to Disneyland or Disney World, and we went to Galaxy's Edge, and it's so bad. It's so bad.
Is it? I mean, yeah. How bad was it?
I mean, it's the same. It's the same exact, land as in Disneyland. The difference is that they did strategically kind of, and I don't remember where it's at in Disneyland. I'm not as familiar with that park as I am Walt Disney World, but at Hollywood Studios, they basically have it to where Toy Story Land, which has only been open for about a year, I think, the traffic kind of flows out of Toy Story Land into Galaxy's Edge. So you've got these Toy Story Land is great. Everybody there is excited. They're happy. It's got, Woody. It's got Buzz. It's got Slinky Dog. It's got music. It's happy. It's good. It's Toy Story.
It's got original characters. Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, I know. It actually it honors the movies that it's based on. Can you believe it? I know.
What?
So
amazing.
It kind of funnels people through to Galaxy's Edge. So you've got a steady line of traffic. So it's pretty busy, but nobody's doing anything because there's nothing to do there. And then the Millennium Falcon ride had a 35-minute wait, which is I don't know if you guys understand this. That is awful.
Can I say something?
Yes, you can. Beautiful man.
When you hang out, people always say if you get shout out by Jeremy or you hang out with them, that magic happens. Let me tell you what happens. I had to pay for lunch. I had to buy him a soda. All right. He shouted me out. I think I'm down 18 subscribers down on the other part. And then I get home and he's sending me, hey, look, everyone's making memes of your face. And I'm just like,
wow. Hey, you got an awesome Coke hat.
Well, look, he's on the set for the Eternals. That's why I put this picture up right there. He's right there.
I'm about to say someone stole his hat.
He's making me wear the shirt. I'm just saying, like next time you're on.
I'm pretty sure that's Taika Waititi. It looks like Taika. It kind of looks like Taika Waititi, doesn't it? Wow. What are you doing?
He doesn't have those eyebrows.
Jeremy did wear the hat though, so he felt the magic.
I felt the sweaty magic, and that probably sounds like a porn, but it was just.
It wouldn't even fit on his head. It went all the way down over his ear.
we switched sunglasses. He gave me his black sunglasses. I had to take my white sunglasses off. So we did a race swap on sunglasses. We wanted to get some diversity of sunglasses.
You appropriated his sunglasses?
Yeah. And did I scare you with my driving?
Yeah, it was fast.
It's pretty crazy.
It was like 3 seconds to 100. And
that car will get to 100 really quick. But I wanted the title to stream Driving Drunk. wanted it so bad, but I was like, nah, they're already taking badges away. I don't need to push.
You did take me out for ice cream.
I did.
That's a bonus.
Yeah.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
That was,
So what car were you driving?
the Audi.
Oh, okay.
It was fun, but yeah, it was good. It was hanging out. It was good hanging out with Drunk, and we got to go see Darth Vader at Star Wars Launch Bay. And I told him, first of all, he's up there with Gary talking to him, and Gary goes, I don't know, I'm hanging out with this guy. And then Vader looks at me, and he walks up to me, and he was talking about, we're looking. Are you? What did he say to me? Something about the Empire?
Yeah. Are you loyal?
Yeah,
are you loyal to the Empire? Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, yes, Lord Vader. I said, we are against the sequel trilogy. And he said that. As soon as I said that, he turned back and walked back to Drunk, and then took a picture. And I even uploaded a quick video of it, just to take advantage. So it was good. It was fun. It was awesome.
Good. So to reset, so how the fuck did Anas Abdin lose the case against CBS today? Greg Burke, I don't know. He hasn't said anything. It sounds like to me like I didn't know the case was that close to being over. I'm shocked.
I didn't even realize it started.
It threw me sideways today. I was supposed to get chores done. I wasn't supposed to cut a video. I've been on the phone with my lawyer. And yeah, it just threw my day sideways. So I don't know what to say other than, the bad guys win. In these cases, the bad guys win. I threw up a video of Harlan Ellison talking about plagiarism in Hollywood on Twitter. Please take the time to watch it. He does drop a couple of N-bombs in there in description. It was in 1980. So it's actually the Tomorrow Show, which was on NBC. Watch the whole interview, and he gives you a complete breakdown, because Warren Ellis was the expert of plagiarism in Hollywood. And one of the greatest writers of all time. And he won a lot of plagiarism cases because he was freaking crazy and good. Listen to him. 90% of all plagiarism cases you lose, and it's people just giving up, taking settlements, or not even pressing charges. Hollywood rips people off all the time. I almost want to make it my new fucking hobby and make a segment on my channel of plagiarism in Hollywood and exposing it wherever I can. And I just might do it. Because I had no idea how much there was until I started chit-chatting with my lawyer. And it's multiple cases every month. And
That's crazy.
Practically every TV show. Practically every TV show. So, and it's people just straight up, I'll say this out loud, and it's going to get me in trouble. There is an executive at Warner Brothers currently right now who is who settled out of court for plagiarism. A major executive working at Warner Brothers right now, who is a big old thief. Won't say his name though. It's a him.
He him.
It's a he him. It's a
Are
he
we
him.
sure?
It's not a woman. No. I'm never sure these days. Yeah, welcome, Drunk Threepio. How's it going, dude?
It's good. It's been a whirlwind of a week, but it's good.
How's the cocaine?
It's fresh. Would you like some?
Is this coming in off the shore?
I gave some to Steven not too long ago. That's why he's all peppy.
Is that why he's smiling right now?
Always, man.
Did you cut it? Did you cut it with like XLS? People.
Well, I always like to give a special gift to my Patreon. So become a Patreon and you'll get a bag in the mail. So
you get a bag of Coke if you're a Drunk 3PO Patreon. Oh,
can't really
hell of a benefit.
Can't really specifically say that, but Oh, I do have something.
What do you got?
Oh, tell me. Oh, here it is. I have a Galaxy's Edge Coke bottle that was drunk by Jeremy. I got this Grimes. You got to call him Jeremy. I got this Grimes when you're in his presence, or he gets mad at you. So Jeremy, I got this Grimes. His lips and mouth are on the thing. It's going up on eBay. All right. Starting bid's $100. So
Drunk, put that thing down. You're not gonna be able to ship that without the federal government coming after you.
I can ship it. Because I know people. I'll get it out. Trust me. I'll disguise. Look, all you gotta do is
there's ways to ship it. bro. Trust me.
I feel like
trust me. I know.
I feel like I'm on the
smell is still there. It's fresh.
Mule.
Smells like Geeks and Gamers. It's fresh. Get it now.
The
I'm just saying.
The last time I did a whole bunch of Coke, I was down in San Diego at Comic-Con, and oh yeah, it can be shipped to a hotel, possibly, maybe, in my opinion. Oh
I feel
yeah,
like I'm on the Chappelle show right now. Don't drop that.
no. Oh, by the way, hail Snowflame. We got Snowflame right here, everybody. Hail
Nice.
Snow. He's got his little dollar bill rolled up in his. Don't do drugs are bad. I'm serious. I'm serious. There's anybody who wants to talk to me about having a seat in an AA or NA, there's always a seat for you if you have a problem. Make sure you talk to somebody. Okay, so yeah, I guess we could start out with this Mary Sue news because this is funny. This is actually funny.
God, is absolutely funny. Reading the article is such a train wreck.
Should we read the article at the Mary Sue or start it? We've got to start at Bounding into Comics.
We could definitely start off with Bounding into Comics and then migrate over to the Mary Sue, because that article, man, just the logic in it is a thing of beauty.
Wait.
And how fucking stupid this person is.
Did you say Mary Sue and logic?
In the same sentence. I know.
Well, I would definitely call it a broken form of logic.
Yes. So the Mary Sue promotes racism and sexism in call to remake Princess Bride. John F. Trent, bless your heart, buddy.
Seriously, dude.
The Mary Sue's Kayla Hale Stern openly promoted racism in a recent article calling for the Princess Bride film to be remade. Okay, for one, the Princess Bride remake is the dumbest idea ever. Like it
absolutely is.
Dumbest idea ever. And I mean, it'll just be stupid and forgotten. I mean, you can go ahead and remake it. It will be literally forgotten within a month of it being released wherever. Hale Stern's headline blares, the only reason to remake The Princess Bride would be to gender swap and diversify it. Her article doubles down on the headline. As far as I can see, there's no call whatsoever for Princess Bride do-over unless the studios intends to racially change up the characters' dynamic and hugely diversify the cast. Well, of course they're going to do that. I mean, I mean, is that an assumption nowadays, guys? I mean, with anything?
Yeah. It's pretty much a done deal.
You know, when I was doing the Inquisition last week, and you know, I didn't want to laugh at Doomcock. I did it, because Doomcock, when Natalie Portman got the Thor hammer, he thought like she was taking over for Thor. And I just assumed everybody knew she would be a guest star. No, like a lot of people thought she was taking over. Like they were, because people just saw the picture. They didn't pay attention to the interview or didn't see the tweet. Right. A lot of people that's where we're at. People just assumed Natalie Portman with her 0 star power was going to freaking take over for Chris Hemsworth. And so and then I saw a lot of people going, wait, Chris Hemsworth is the star. So they had to clarify. They had to come out and clarify.
That's ridiculous, because it definitely seemed like at Comic-Con, the way they're promoting it is that she was going to be Thor.
It did. I mean, if you look at the picture, it's just Taika Waititi on his knee handing the Thor
the hammer. Yeah.
Yeah. And that looks like
I did a video about it.
Yeah. And apparently now she is just a guest star and probably from the multiverse.
They are probably seriously walking that shit back.
They are walking that shit so far back. That's why I did my video on. I'm like, this thing is the MCU is going to drastically change within the next year. And they've done this before. They've announced phases and completely changed them. Remember, there was a phase with the Inhumans in it.
Yes,
and
there was before
completely different Captain America title.
Yeah,
So they're running this one up the flagpole, and they're realizing like this is the worst idea. You know what? Simply just put Princess Bride on your streaming service, and I bet you that would be better. Just having the movie on your streaming service would be better than remaking it.
Absolutely.
By diversifying, she means replace the white characters and actors, and she makes it very clear that's what she means.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Chris Eccleston said something fucking stupid today. Don't let me forget. Or 2 days ago at the Rose City Comic-Con. The only Princess Bride remake I'd accept is if the intent is to dramatically alter its current form. First of all, original movie is painfully, blindingly white. This is... Okay, now I got to go to the source article.
No, you do. The funny thing is that at the very end, this is so common with the Mary Sue. they undo everything they just
white.
said. Oh no, she is pretty white. If you actually Google her, you can find her her Twitter account. But she's I think been with IO9 and a couple of other internet rags. But she completely undoes her argument in the last paragraph. It is absolutely hilarious. But the thing is, she's talking about how she loves the original and then goes to complain about how it's too white. It's like, come on, this is basically a European fairy tale. Why would it not be white? It's like saying you need to go remake Apocalypto and make it diverse. Wait a minute, this takes place, with the Maya. Why they would only be brown? Why would they be diverse? I mean, it's this ridiculous logic that is. I just don't understand these people's logic. It's ridiculous.
Well, diversity does not mean diversity. It means special treatment. It means they want special treatment, and they don't truly believe in equality. They don't believe in equality. They don't believe in diversity. They want special treatment.
They want equity.
Yeah,
not equality.
And they're just nuts. They're nuts.
I mean, make something original. Don't remake The Princess Bride. If you want something like it, then set it in your Eurasia or Africa or something like that. You make a story similar to it, but don't.
Well, but see, that's the thing.
Exactly.
They know that if they create a new IP with their diversity bullshit, they know it won't be successful. So that's why they're obsessed with trying to get an IP that has a name brand so that they can push their social justice into it. And then when it's successful based on the IP and the recognition of the IP, they can go, oh, see, people want diversity. Like, no, they don't. You used it. Same with this is why with Force Awakens, it was mainly off nostalgia. A lot of us were just starving for Star Wars, and we were excited, and we got caught up in it, and the general public ate it up, and then the Disney marketing machine got behind it, and it was a perfect storm for everybody. You had the prequel fans, you had the original trilogy fans, you had the new fans, you had the Disney general audience fans, and they all came together. $2 billion. Oh, look, people love diversity. People don't want the old characters. They want to see the new characters. They want to, and that's how they were trying to push it.
Yes.
And that's how it went until The Last Jedi came out, and then the bad storytelling could not be covered up anymore. And the shallow characters that they created with no depth, with no plot, it started to get exposed. And even the general audience walked away from The Last Jedi, and they're like, this is not good. This is not good at all. And so now their facade that they put up with people want diversity, it's falling apart right in front of them. And it happens every time. They wanted this to happen with Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah.
And there was something. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
There was something I thought was really interesting that was written in another Mary Sue article, and they're talking. It was Princess Weeks, and she was talking about how organic diversity, the term organic diversity, is weaponized. It's being.
I put it in my video.
But the whole thing too is the whole idea of diversity is being weaponized in general. The fact that she doesn't recognize that from herself.
The get-go.
Oh yeah, it's weaponized.
That's all it is. It's a shield. It's two things. It's a shield, and it's cheap. It's fucking cheap labor. They they save so much money. By the way, this is before women's studies, after women's studies, before women's studies, after women's studies. I don't know if you could see that on the screen or not, but you can't. Hang on.
No,
I shared the wrong thing. I'm going to share this other screen because we get to see her, and she's about as she's white as me. Here we go. So let's do that one more time. That's after women's studies, before women's. Oh, it's not changing. See the why is it not changing? That's weird.
You got to click on the image.
There we go. Before women's studies, after women's studies.
One's a female,
before women's studies, after women's studies. So that's sorry, it took a long time to get to that joke, but it was funny. I got some chuckles. That's good. That's her. That's her. She's pretty white. So I love it when white people call out other white people, and it usually is. That's the case.
That's usually the case.
Mm-hmm. Can I say something? That book, we got that book, The Princess Bride, approved for the school that I worked for last year, and we had it was a very mixed school, and they were like, "What is this?" So we had our 7th graders read it. And then after it was done, we showed the original movie, and they loved it. I remember reading the English papers from it, and some of the comments were like, "Are all old movies this good? Are like old movies good? Like I didn't know old movies were good, And
I always thought entertainment just sucked in general.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it could be good.
Yeah.
But it's just like there's no need to remake it because it's already good. And if you take the time to show young people, they'll enjoy it like everybody else did. It was cool. They read the book, then they watched the film, and they wrote a paper, about what they liked, what they didn't like, and everything. It was very positive. Pretty cool.
Yeah, remake Laser Blast. I mean, remake shitty movies if you want to remake something.
I was going to say, if it's something that could be improved on, definitely go and do a remake of it. But if something is damn near perfection as is, why? Yeah. You're just going to make a shittier version that's going to pale in comparison.
Like Planet of the Apes. Everybody loves the new Planet of the Apes. I find them boring and sterile, and I would rather watch the shitty 70s version, Planet of the Apes, much more with the masks on and people talking. And
Charleston Heston.
Yes.
I love the new ones.
I love the new ones too.
I like it too, but I love the originals too.
They're boring and nihilistic.
Wahlberg guy.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is a damn near perfect film.
I know. Well, Dawn's the second one, correct?
Yeah.
My problem with Dawn, and I don't want to go too deep into this, but my problem is just the human characters. I mean, I love Gary Oldman, and I think, but I thought that was the weak point. But the apes was amazing. But with those movies, they were honoring the source material, and it wasn't riddled with identity politics. So it honored it. That's all you need to do if you want to remake properties for the next generation or for a new generation. There's nothing wrong with that, because you're never going to affect the original, even if it's a carryover of the story. But at least honor the source material and stop trying to push identity politics to it. The problem is they're not interested in that in any of this stuff. They are interested in taking relevant IPs and pushing the identity politics into it so that they can claim that the success is based off the diversity and not the pre-existing IP. That's where we're at with it.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if there are any creatives left in Hollywood. I mean, when I'm writing my work, I'm trying desperately not to plagiarize or bite off anybody else and do something original. And all Hollywood seems to be doing right now is just remaking old stuff and with this political spin on it. Are there any creatives left?
King Christopher Nolan.
Repurposers. Yeah, Christopher Nolan's like the only guy who can.
I mean, Tarantino, obviously. Tarantino is
for sure.
Yeah, and do we want to put Denis Villeneuve in that? I think Villeneuve deserves to be in that discussion.
Maybe I don't know. I know
you're not a fan, Gary. I love his work.
I think he's boring. I would say Matthew Vaughn to a certain extent, but you're going to start seeing those guys move to streaming services. You're going to start seeing exclusive contracts being signed, which is it's going to be it's sports. Studio fucking system. Sports and the studio system.
That is the old school studio system coming back.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, the last two guys that'll be on that train is Nolan and Tarantino, because they are dedicated to the theater experience. I mean, big time. And I'm not the biggest Tarantino fan, but I respect Tarantino for his place.
Well, they better buy some fucking theaters then. Which they might.
I mean, I personally am checked out on theaters myself, just because we have all these kids with their phones and they won't shut the fuck up, and it just pisses me off. And I'm not going to go on that tangent right now.
It's a tangent worth talking about, though. That's
dude.
For sure.
I'm 50. I wake up saying that shit. Fucking kids.
Get out my lawn.
Let me read a couple super chats. Let me read a couple super chats and reset everybody on a NOS and who our guests are. And Threepio, thanks for jumping in, dude, and you too, Jeremy. I really appreciate you.
I was only here for 3PO.
Oh my god, I wasn't sure if I wanted, because I asked them for next week too. So
I'll probably stay another 15, and I'll just quietly see my way out.
You got to leave whenever you need to leave. Tomorrow, next week, I'm going to be on the road, but Friday Night Tights will be happening. But I'll be in LA.
Hey, by the way, I'm loving the Geeks and Gamers representation. You want to talk about representation? We got some Geeks and Gamers representation up in here. That's what I'm talking about.
I would know. I was forced, but that's okay.
That's right. But it's obviously because of the contract, Jeremy. I mean,
of course.
I'm contractually obligated.
Speaking of that, I have the contract here, and there's a couple fine print issues about their coffee, the latte coffee. Stuff I need to get to you. I'll talk to you about that in private. I heard Gary did not get the same contract, but that's okay. My subscriber count is, the bigger the subscriber count, the less thin the contract is, I heard. So I'm working on that.
We got Odin from the street now. We got Odin from the street.
Yeah. Hey.
Let me make sure you go to geeksandgamers.com.
Word.
Your merch. Make sure you go to geeksandgamers.com, buy that Geeks and Gamers merch, okay? My name is Shill from the streets. I'm Shill from the streets. Get your Geeks and Gamers merch here. It's comes in beautiful green and black. That's all we got. Green and black. So that's enough.
Hey,
That's right.
Gary,
That's
I'm sending something to your house, and the missus said she wanted a certain size she's gonna make a dress out of my shirt. That's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to see that.
That's right. She's crafty, that one. She's crafty.
So cool.
Straight out of
Beastie
Asgard.
Boys made a song about my wife. She's so crafty.
Real quick, Gary, if you don't, if it's okay if I plug my stream tomorrow, what I'm doing. So tomorrow over on RK Outpost, Ryan Cannell's channel, I have just put this on Twitter. I am going to be facing everybody that hates me, everybody that wants to jump on the stream. I told Ryan, I don't care who it is. Mainly just bring Mad Max on. But outside of that, I haven't asked him who he's talked to, but if you hate me, and I mean genuinely, not like sarcastically, if you hate me and you have a bone to pick with me and you want to question me, if you think I'm this evil overlord of YouTube, you're welcome to join the stream tomorrow. So get in contact with Ryan, and I'm just going to face whatever people want to throw my way. It's going to be fun.
I gotta watch that again because, like, I went and watched some of Mad Max videos. I want to get some context, and I'm still waiting for him to make a point. Like, I haven't seen a point yet. All I've seen is he deleted a video, and I'm really mad, and I'm gonna come and get you, Jeremy. And he keeps on saying he's gonna come. So he's introing for like 15 or halfway through his video. He's introing, and then he gets to like what he's gonna start talking about. Then it ends. I'm like, what was your point? I don't understand what your point was.
Does he snap into a Slim Jim while he's at
Practically, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's funny. It's kind of funny. He went
on. Yeah, I was streaming with Cecil and John Malin at EVS the other night, and EVS was like, "Well, who's hating on you these days on YouTube, Jeremy?" And I said, "There's a few people." I said, "Mad Max. This guy makes a video all the time, claiming on everything." And then dude is like in the comments. I'm like, I'm on a stream on Cecil's channel at 2:00 in the morning, and he's in there. He's like, "I'm here, Jeremy." I'm like, "Oh my god!" and so then EBS was like, "Let's bring him in," and they brought him in. And the thing is the dynamic was strange. I mean, again, everybody says I took care of business, which I didn't have to do anything but let him talk. But the dynamic was weird because you got EBS wanting to go like super sarcastic, with his charisma. You got Cecil, who's drunk, who was just making up fake super chats the whole time we were talking. And I'm in attack mode, man. I'm like, all right. Here's Cecil's like, excuse me, we have a $50 super chat. I'm like, no, we don't. What are you talking about? Weird questions. And the dynamic, and I knew the dynamic going into the stream, and I was all for like, have fun, let's be fun, yada, yada, yada. But then when Max came in, I'm like, ready. I'm battle mode. You know what I mean? Like, let's do it. Yeah. Do it. You got EVS wanting to be all Mr. Charisma. You got Cecil drunk as hell. You got John Malin just being like this, level-headed dude, just kind of sitting back. 4 completely different personalities. So anyway, we're gonna do it up, and we'll see how it goes.
You got to get your John Malin impression on. Wait, you got to have your camera on. He goes, "Yeah, that's really good." That's my John Malin impression. Thank you. I love you, John Malin. So let's get some super chats. I love Cecil making up super chats. Might be my favorite thing. My favorite bit of news this week. Yeah,
it was so even Max caught on to it at some point because it went like first one was like a $5 super chat, then the second was a 10, then a 25, then a 50, then a $100 one, and none of them were actually super chats. And it was the weirdest questions ever about like when you wake up in the morning, do you put sock, then shoe, or do you put sock, shoe? Just all kind of crazy stuff.
I do sock, shoe.
Yeah. Oh, Cecil is a comedic genius. He really
is. Life. Cecil is love. The Force is Cecil.
Yeah.
God, yeah. I don't think I would even take him to a meeting if he asked because it would kill his comedic game completely.
Oh, hey, look at there. Let me show it live on here. Let me see. Let me show you all. Hi, Geeks and Gamers. Great news. After manually reviewing your video, we've determined it is suitable for all advertisers. Well, thank you. 35,000 views later. Now I can make money off of the next 3,000 views before it dies off.
Yeah.
Have fun getting those pennies.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Jesus.
Whenever I get a strike like that, I don't even bother contesting it because it's like there's no point.
You have to though.
Yeah.
I learned something last night. It's YouTube learning your channel.
Really?
You have to. Yes. If you don't fight them, it will just think, okay, we're gonna. Because it's when YouTube first started doing it, it did it to everybody, and that way the algorithm learned that, okay, this guy fought it. We went and reviewed it, and most of our reviews are coming out okay. So next time it gets clicked over faster. It's a machine learning thing. So yes, you need to fight it so you can teach YouTube that I'm legit or you're not. I don't know. I don't know how legit you are.
On that point, because Gary's hit me up a lot about algorithm stuff and all that, but you actually taught me something the other day that I'd never thought about: live stream algorithm. I never thought about live stream algorithm, for your channel, your specific channel, because I don't live stream at all, hardly anymore. And when I do, I have been kind of testing it out. Now I just, I don't know if you've seen it, but when I live stream, my title of my video is literally a period. That's it. Like, I don't put anything, just a period. Just because I'm trying to get as little amount of people in there as possible, just because I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you put something like, Gary's got good keywords in all of his live streams, because he's covering these topics that people are interested in. Plus your channel, you live stream consistently. And, same with like EVS, Comicsgate, he's got that in his algorithm. Odin's got his, there is an algorithm to live streaming, which I didn't even think about. Like I understood there was an algorithm to the overall live stream, but I didn't understand that it was channel specific. The more you live stream, the more you're titling, the more consistent you are on the time, the more data you're giving YouTube, the better your algorithm will end up being. I didn't even think about that. So
you got to you're welcome. You have to title your live streams. Unless you're
every time now.
Unless you're Ricada or Comicsgate Live, you got to title your live streams. I figured that out. It was almost a year ago to the day when poor Stan Lee died, and I retitled my live stream "Stan Lee is Dead," and all of a sudden I looked up and there's this was back when I had like 50 people in a live stream. I had 2,000 people in there. I'm like, whoa! Oh, I guess titles do matter. Thanks. Sorry, Stan. Yeah. Thank you.
And I knew, I knew the title mattered, but you made me understand it to the point of the channel and that you're building your own personal algorithm within your channel, and that's a dynamic I didn't think about. So,
yes, it's machine learning to specifically because like you can drop videos at 10 o'clock at night and they'll do well. I can't. But I could teach it if I do it consistently over the course of a month. I certainly could teach the system to do it. It's about consistency of content. That's it. But let's do a couple super chats here, and then we'll reset Anasov Dean. I know there's a lot of people live streaming tonight. I thank you for choosing us. Destiny Captain 999. Gary, truly appreciate what you do here. I know it's Friday Night Tights. I'm sure you have a plan, but I was hoping that you'd seem a little mailbag before you head off to New York. Take care. Oh, I will next week. I'm actually going to get through the mailbag prior to me going to New York. I've got a lot of stuff for you. And Jeremy's going to be there, and we're going to be hanging out. And everybody's asking us about a meetup. Jeremy, I'm with you. We'll figure it out when we get there.
I am not a planner at all. Yeah. This is one reason why I needed to leave the High Council, because the weekly time, every time being there, that's just not my thing at all. So planning is just tough, especially because I'm gonna be in New York for the first time ever. I'm gonna be with Gary, and we're gonna be like, luckily Drunk's not gonna be with us, because then we have to be dealing with all the women and all the groupies after. first time in New York, so it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be overwhelming. So just trying
I'll see y'all at Celebration though. You got 1 year to get your act together, Mr. Jeremy. I got this Grimes. So.
I'll be there. It's in SoCal, right? It's at Anaheim this year, right?
Yep.
So I'll be there for sure. All right. So next super chat is some sadness for, and we'll get back to the article. I know we cut out in the article. We'll get back to it in a second. We'll roll back to it. Time Traveler registered trademark. By the way, Nerdrotic is trademarked. Thanks, Mrs. Nerdrotic. Australian $5. Goddamn justice for Anas. This ain't over. Corporates, not even close. I don't know how over it is. I don't know if he could appeal, but Justice Anas Abdin lost his case was dismissed, I believe, by a judge. He was suing Star Trek Discovery for plagiarism over a giant blue tardigrade that travels instantaneously in time and space, and a few characters similarities. There was a lot of similarities. Somebody, in my opinion, somebody stole it, but you have to prove it to a certain percentage. That's the way the copyright laws work. They work to favor the corporations. And only a very small percentage of people win. It's little to nobody wins, and they usually settle out of court. As a matter of fact, Alex Kurtzman, I don't know if he was named, but he was part of a previous plagiarism lawsuit with The Island. The Island did not rip off Logan's Run; it ripped off some B movie that's been covered on Mystery Science Theater 3000. And they settled out of court. Alex Kurtzman wrote that script. He has also been involved with some other stuff that's I can't prove or verify. And I don't know if Alex Kurtzman was named in that plagiarism lawsuit, but he wrote the script and it got sued and it settled out of court.
Wow.
And his name was attached to it. So I'm thinking priors. And yeah, so listen, the bad guys won. The bad guys win all the fucking time. I didn't think he'd win. I wanted Tim to win. I love Anas. He's a great guy. Please continue to support him. I will be if CBS tries to take away his game from him, I'm gonna find a way to fuck them somehow, some way. I don't know how. I'm just a little guy, but I will continue poking them in the little fucking that's what I do. I'm like a little shit. I'm like a little flea, poking them in the ankle, and that's what I will continue to be. Because of what they did to that guy. And that's honestly, that's my motive. I don't like when CBS took over Star Trek, Jeremy. See, a lot of Star Wars fans don't know this. You know this, Steven. They fucking sued fan films. That's like one of the first things they did out of the fucking gate. They're like, okay, we're going to start Star Trek. By the way, all you guys who love the show and make fan films, we're going to fucking sue you assholes. Fuckers. I mean, just absolute fuckers.
It's complete different in how Paramount and treated the Star Trek fandom and to how CBS treats them. You know, I was talking to Jay about this earlier. It's like the TLJ of the Star Trek universe, of the Star Trek fandom. CBS buying up and creating Discovery, just the way that they treat the fans. I mean, the culture of Star Trek before was very fan friendly. You know, the actors would come out and do fan films. They were very appreciative of the fandom, and now it's the exact opposite. Now it's just pure corporation. They don't care about the lore, the actors, the fandom, anything. And Anas Abdin, I was pulling for him, and I have a chapter in the Fandom Menace volumes about all this, and it's a shame this is going to be a sad ending to that chapter.
Yeah, they don't want fans anymore. They want consumers. They just want people to go and consume it. That's it.
That's it.
JP at Egotastic Fun Time said something really smart in a video last night about I think it was Picard's getting a season 2, by the way. I mean, it's done fucking deal. JP's kind of reporting on it, but my insider said it is. As a matter of fact, he'll get a season 3. It's up to Patrick. It's not CBS. It's Patrick. So if you so we haven't even seen season 1. We're getting season 2. I know Doomcock's rumor. Maybe he's in it. Maybe I don't fucking know. I'm pretty sure he's in it.
And I'm a little less excited about it now. You know?
Yeah, I am too. I mean, I wanted it to be good, but considering what you'll be doing is supporting more Alex Kurtzman Trek, and this is the kind of person he is. This is the kind of this is bad robot. This is all the JJ fucking Alex Kurtzman culture. This is what they're about. So eventually, hopefully, I can make this video because I owe Jeremy this. I got to make a video for Geeks and Gamers, which is basically, maybe you can help me, Steven, as teaching Star Wars fans like what's going on with Star Trek, because we're a much smaller fandom, but we're getting just as fucked as the Star Wars fans.
Yeah, I'd be happy
just as bad. That. Yeah, so maybe you and I could do that for Jeremy, because I owe Jeremy a video.
Right.
And that's what's going on here. So Anas was part of that. Anas he's not in the Fandom Menace. Anas is, I'm guessing, probably a very liberal. He's an Egyptian man. He's not even in this country. And again, Star Trek completely betrays their diversity ideals by fucking this guy over,
Yep.
firing Walter Mosley. I mean, like, listen, they're full of shit. They're liars, and they betray the ideal of Gene Roddenberry and Star Trek as bad as Kathleen Kennedy and Rianne Johnson have done. And I want things to be better in the fandom. I do. I want to enjoy Star Trek, and I want our fandom to be healed. But it won't be when you're sending people after a Nos, trolling him on his dead dad. When you're sending people after, I mean, like, I don't put to light the shit I get. The worst shit I get is from Star Trek fans by far. Like, I'm talking the Doctor Who, Captain Marvel. I mean, the worst shit I get is from Star Trek fans or fan. I'll say fan. It's like the same 5 people with 6 followers. They look like sock puppet accounts for probably people who work on the fucking show. But I'll never bring that shit to light. I don't care. As a matter of fact, they keep on trying to attack poor Doomcock, right? So Doomcock mutes them, and so do I. But these are people I muted, so they're like, I can't pick on Doom. So they send me Doomcock stuff. I'm like, what the hell? I can't see it. So I mute. Yeah, I don't block anybody. But the worst shit I get, and then Anas, made public what he got. It was fucking nasty. It was like really nasty. It's like, however you feel about Star Trek, Anas has come out and said like, hey, I like Star Trek, and he said he probably would have liked Star Trek Discovery if they hadn't ripped him off, in my opinion. Listen, there was I was getting a lot of people were sending me stuff. I want to publicly thank you. I couldn't use a lot of it. I just couldn't. I couldn't pass it on to him. There was a lot of reasons I couldn't. Mostly was protecting my ass because reasons. There was some stuff that just wouldn't work. But we tried. But also I wasn't in like major contact with the Nas. Like, we were DMing. His lawyer contacted me once to correct something in a video that it was a mistake Anas made, and I repeated it in his blog, and he asked nicely, so I fixed it. It was just basically, it was a comparison to The Expanse, but it was like an anecdote. It wasn't like supposed to be a fact. I presented it as a fact, so I fixed it. But that's the only contact I ever had with him. I mean, it was mostly just me making videos and reminding somebody and just kind of being a little pain in the ass to CBS because it was fun. But this part isn't fun. I mean, Anas losing isn't fun.
No, and it's something that if you're a Star Wars fan and you haven't followed Star Trek, and I don't know about Doctor Who, I'm not a Whovian, which is why I have Gary helping me out with that part of the Phantom Menace volumes, is that Star Trek from the beginning was about diversity. It was about accepting people for who they were, not what they were. Like what you did in life and how you presented yourself. That was the worth of your character. Everything from the first interracial kiss on television. And so to have identity politics, to have Star Trek perverted into this platform to espouse bigotry and racism and anti-white sentiment, and it is a complete betrayal to the vision that Gene Roddenberry had, and to every fan that has put their time, money, and imagination into the Star Trek universe. So this is a big loss, I feel, and it's another nail in the coffin. It's another slap in the face to the entire Star Trek fandom.
Go on. That's one thing too, that if you watch in the documentaries, they're talking about Next Generation. When they're talking about the writing, that the big thing that Roddenberry told the writers is that not to have any personal drama between the crew, because this is the future and everything is bright and cheery, and they found it very difficult. But that's the problem that we're seeing with Discovery, is it's all about that interpersonal drama now. It's not about people working together.
It's the Kardashians in space.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of putting it.
And you're right, Comics. Like I said in my last video, they just don't want to put in the work. They seriously don't want to put in the work, because they don't. Alex Kurtzman's he sees himself as a mini JJ. So this is what a lot of insiders has told me, is he sees himself as a little mini JJ. So he wants to be like Kevin Feige. He doesn't want to just run one show. He wants to be the showrunner of multiple shows. But again, multiple insiders have told me he's just one. Well, only one has put it this eloquently. Typical Hollywood douche. and somebody who just wants to be famous, wants to own shit, doesn't really like or likes the stuff, has passing knowledge, but doesn't love it. And I mean, listen, you don't have to love it if you're good, but he's not good. See, the thing is, you can have a director come in like a Matthew Vaughn and initially not know anything, but the guy's fucking talented as hell, so he'll figure it out. That's fine if you care enough. Alex Kurtzman had the time, didn't take the time to learn Star Trek canon. And I'm going to guess this right now, and I bet you I'm not wrong. I don't think he's watched every episode of Star Trek. If you're running fucking Star Trek, you shouldn't have just a passing knowledge of every episode. You should have a encyclopedic knowledge of it. And if you didn't know it before, you could fucking learn it.
Oh, yeah, there's the one wiki page, Memory Delta, or I don't remember.
Well, no, but you watch it and you fucking you absorb it, and like that's because you're getting paid millions of dollars to run fucking Star Trek. And I bet he has not watched every episode of Star Trek. I bet. It's just a bet. I could be wrong. Maybe he watched them, but I mean, like sat down in a hotel room, but say he hasn't watched them. That's fine. That's forgivable, but you learn it. You go to, you book a hotel or some fucking log cabin for a month.
Right.
You get all the Blu-rays, special features, everything. And you watch that shit until you can like read it back verbatim.
Right. I agree.
And that's what I would, I mean, like,
and if you understand it, I mean, from the natural platform, from what it is naturally, you don't need to add identity politics because it was already, the universe is already set up to be what these people supposedly want to project. It's already built for it.
Well, but that's the thing. Going back to what we're talking about, the whole thing with diversity being weaponized, because it's not about diversity. It's about weaponizing it because they want victimization because that's what gives them power. Being a victim gives you power to an extent.
Yeah, somebody has to be persecuted. Yeah, it's like somebody persecuted me, somebody wronged me. You made me scared. That's the one I started noticing cropping up even with some employees. Like that frightened me. I can't believe the first time I heard that from an employee. Like that frightened me. And I'm like, what? And believe me, that person was gone within a week. I'm like, red flag. Like
yeah. I mean, victim mentality is a failure's way of feeling successful. Mm-hmm. Because they're just they're a lifelong failure, so they blame their failures on everyone else, therefore making them feel like they're actually
they don't want to take responsibility for their actions or like you said, their failures, which is a very accurate statement. And it's like why should I take responsibility for my failures as a person when I can blame society or men or misogyny and sexism and all this other crap.
Guess what we're gonna have to deal with though, and like this is actually worse than the fucking boomers have taken forever to retire, and now we're gonna have to deal with all these assholes going on Social Security and draining it completely after fucking smoking pot and doing all the drugs and having the parties in the 60s. By the way, I hate fucking boomers. Boomers went and partied their fucking asses off. And thought they changed the world when they really fucking didn't. They were just doing everything to get fucking laid. They fucked over everybody else. And then when they became adults, they said, you can't do drugs. Fuck you. And then we had to clean up their fucking mess. And now they're like, there's so many of them and they're getting old. Fuck. I mean, like, listen, I know my parents are boomers, but fuck boomers. So, and that's how I've always felt. And now, unfortunately, we're making a whole generation because the boomers and my generation, the greatest disappointment of my life, has raised this generation that when they get older, when they start, oh my God, when they get older, for one, they're going to be, they won't retire early because they won't be working. I mean, we're going to have generations. It's going to be back to the 1800s where families live in their fucking house for generations. We're going to go back to that where, God damn it. Now I sound like do I sound like a proper old man? I did. Get off my lawn! I like that. Okay. Let's get that. We're going to read some of the super chats.
But it's pretty accurate what you said, Gary. It is very accurate.
Well, because listen, your failures define you in a very good way.
Yeah, they do. You learn so many lessons from your failures.
Fuck yeah. God damn, I failed so much in spectacular ways. But the thing is, it really tempers your fucking ego. It does. I mean,
as well as your expectations and the fact that life is rough. I think that's the biggest issue that we're seeing now with so many young people is that they've been coddled by their parents to the point that they've never failed. And then they meet any kind of adversity in the real world. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm so scared. I don't know how to deal with this. I'm having a panic attack." Shit like that.
And you don't like, and it. God, there is no. I hate to
Drunk.
say this.
I know. Drunk. Just interrupt him. Drunk's got to leave. He didn't want.
Drunk, you got to leave. Go.
Layers, dude.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak out.
You want to plug before you go? Plug before you go.
Check out my channel. I'm uploading a video tomorrow. A Day with Jeremy. So it's coming up. Everyone's gonna look forward to that. A Day with Jeremy. Hopefully it'll be up tomorrow, and you'll get some inside information about Jeremy. I got this Grimes, and the whole. It'll be really special. Really tough.
You've already ruined my secret that I have legs. You posted that video showing my legs.
Well, we lost.
You mean you're not in a wheelchair?
Yeah. Jeremy forgot where we parked he forgot where we parked in the parking lot, and he went the wrong way. Of course, didn't listen to the new guy, but that's okay. I let him walk and get a little exercise, and we found our car. 20 minutes later,
was he wearing those pre-ripped jeans?
Yep.
Yeah, and long sleeve shirt, and and I got to wear that Star Wars hat for like 5 seconds.
And your head's been itching ever since.
And I had my headphones on too, and I told Drunk, like, at this point they just bitch about my headphones so much I just wear them intentionally. At this point, I don't even use them that much anymore. I just wear them. So,
and I'm waiting for my people don't know. Be jealous of this too, because I get in a lot of jealousy this week, and I don't care. It's just be jealous. I want you to be jealous more because I won the Nerdrotic giveaway on Instagram, so I'm getting a package, and I can't wait for that. What? Yeah,
congratulations.
So,
and thank you, Mrs. Nerdrotic, by the way.
Yeah, Drunk Threepio, check me out. Much love to you guys. Thank you all.
His link will be in the description a little later on. Take care, bud. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Catch you later. Okay, I'm glad he interrupted that story but I'm going to repeat it anyway. So you have no pride when you wake up after you basically OD'd and died for a minute, and I puked all over myself, and the other thing, like, just woke up on the ground,
Sexy.
a hot freaking mess, and then like this was broad daylight in front of everybody. There's no pride after that. There's no fucking pride. You're just like, you get up all like freaking like the leper and It, basically. Yeah, that was me. So there's no pride after that shit. And that's a good thing though. So, cause I remember that when I start thinking I'm too cool for school or there's lesser things. There's like, one time I was at a party and, it was the one day where I was looking good. My hair was looking good. And the two hottest girls at the party were like, "Hi, Gary." I'm all, "What's up, ladies?" And then I walked through a sliding glass door.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gary. Your ego's getting a little too big. This is your conscious.
Uh-huh.
Remember that time you shit yourself?
Yep.
Yeah. Just remember that. Remember that.
Can I tell you a quick story that's even worse than that for me? I was a Pepsi delivery man in Panama City, Florida during spring break. This is a long time ago. And so it was one of those guys that gets the dolly and you have to get the drinks off the truck and roll them into the convenience stores. And there's girls everywhere on the strip at Panama City, spring break. They're screaming and I get, my 2-liter drinks and, I kick under the dolly and I'm walking and all of a sudden these girls in this convertible like Mustang or something are screaming at me and I'm just like, oh. And I kind of hit like a little pothole and boom, flipped all the 2 liters forward and they hit the ground and they all start spewing and spinning. It was probably like 6 or 7. Dude, you talk about like, I was like, this is gonna have an impact on years. Like women are gonna understand how much of a failure I am based on this for years. They're just gonna sense how embarrassing this is. Thank God this was before smartphones, or I may not have ever.
Oh, you would have gone viral, dude.
Viral sensation.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
Yes.
So,
oh my God! Thank God they didn't. Yeah. If there was cell phones in the 80s, the like ones that kids could get, I'd be dead. I'd be dead.
All of us would be like that, man. Everybody has done stupid shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Stillwind 87,499. Gentlemen, do you think we'll get a spiritual successor to Star Wars like the Orville is to Star Trek? I'll start out with, I think we kind of got that with Guardians a little bit, but do you guys think, this is for the panel, there will be a spiritual successor or something that will be the new Star Wars? And it doesn't have to be sci-fi or fantasy. Do you think there'll be something for a generation, this generation? Or do you think we've already seen it?
I think you make a good point with Guardians. I actually had conversations with people before The Force Awakens came out about Guardians of the Galaxy and how Guardians it seemed like Guardians kind of took Star Wars thunder. And then, of course, The Force Awakens came out, and I kind of was like, okay, maybe it didn't. But now, looking back on it, I mean, I'm a big fan of Guardians, too. And if you look at the characters, if you look at the interactions, if you look at the world, I think Guardians is a spiritual successor, easily. Will we get a TV show type that can reach that level? I don't know, man. I mean, I think Guardians is special. I really do. And I think the whole James Gunn thing is going to be a kind of it's going to create a problem for the next one. There's going to be like a black cloud over it now. But I don't think like Star Wars is tough, man. It's tough to recreate that. I don't think James Gunn was trying to recreate Star Wars with Guardians, but I just think that it was magic, and I think Chris Pratt was the key to all of it. But it's hard for me to imagine we're going to get that in a TV series or anything like that.
Well said, Odin.
I was going to say we probably would. The closest that we might get to it are fan films. I think that with technology advancing the way that it is, that there's a very good chance that we'll not just get a fan film, but we'll get a fan film that somehow transcends everything and becomes so popular that it kind of becomes its own thing. I don't know. That's what I
could see that happening with technology and everything, and the platform, and and making it cheaper to do it. Definitely. Definitely what you guys got to check out, because I did not know this either until I watched the show, is the Farscape influence on Guardians. I mean, it's straight up is Farscape.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, and I didn't know that until I started watching Farscape. I'm all, oh, that's where he got the idea from this show. Everything. Farscape is a great show, but you gotta. It was made in the early 2000s. I didn't want to watch it when it came out because it had puppets in it. It has Jim Henson puppets in it as characters.
Fantastic show,
but it's a great show. It's weird. What was that?
Where can you watch it?
Amazon Prime.
Okay. All right. I'll check that out. And then somebody said in the comments, and I think it's just a good comment. That is, where's it at? Talk about Starship Troopers kind of having some homage to Star Wars. And why does Starship Troopers not get more love? I think it's because of the adult theme to it. But I love Starship Troopers.
I do too.
Magic, absolute magic.
Steven, do you think there'll be a spiritual successor to Star Wars?
Absolutely. Hopefully I'm writing something that'll help with that along. And I'm also putting together a writing group of different people that are just as upset with the way that, the franchises we've loved for so long are being treated. And we're making our own entertainment. We're going to make our own science fiction, our own fantasy. We're going to make our own. And I think it's going to be that next generation of creators that's working right now, that's seeing what's happening, that's going to really put love and heart into what they're working on, and create things that will be the next successors for these franchises.
Wait, did you just say that you created a meta story group?
No, I created a meta. What I did? No, I've created a story group of different writers. Right now, it's focused on the Fandom Menace writers, and these are people that we're going to try and support each other and help each other out, like Comicsgate does, and try and promote each other's work, and be there to support each other, be a support system, because there's a lot of creative talent out there, independent creators that don't get the notoriety that they need, or don't get the promotion that they need to become successful. So I want to help do that. And so I think there will be successors for these franchises. I think they're working right now, and I can't wait to be a part of that.
Brilliant. Comics, do you think there'll be a spiritual successor to Star Wars?
I have to agree with both Steven and Odin. If we are going to see something like that, it's going to come from independent creators. We're not going to see that from Hollywood. I think there's two things when it comes to Star Wars. It was the cultural impact that it had on society, as well as the kind of the staying power that we saw through the merchandising. And I would say that the only thing that really kind of came close was the MCU. But what's going to hurt the MCU in the long run is Phase 4.
And we're going to talk about that. We are definitely going to talk about it. And it's going to be a response to a video that was made in response to mine, but they didn't name me. So I won't name this person, but I'm going to use this person as an example of why Marvel Phase 4 is doomed. It's doomed. And I will use a YouTube channel as an example of something that was successful and then it's doomed because it betrays its core audience. And you guys will probably be able to guess who it is. But I will get back to the super chats here. And the other thing, I want to just back to Guardians of the Galaxy. It was the first movie I have seen since it basically captured the spirit of Star Wars and Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was the first movie I saw to do that since those movies. The perfect balance of humor but still having stakes. Like the stakes had, there was still like there was levity, but I didn't feel like I was watching a cartoon. I bought into the characters. I bought into the story. I felt like the characters were in danger, and that's a hard balance to strike. And I thought Guardians was the first film to do it since it just felt like a Spielberg Lucas film from the 80s. It did. To me, and that's why I love it so much, and I think love it more as time goes on.
A lot of that really is because of James Gunn. Because if you've seen a movie like Super or Slither, I mean, James Gunn really is a great filmmaker.
Yeah, no, he is. Slither is very good.
Yeah, Slither is very good, and so is Super. Super is just, oh my god, that movie is such a mess. I mean, mess in a good way. Like it's a good story. But what happens in the movie is just such a mess.
And like, listen, I'm not gonna hang out with the dude on the side,
no.
But I will admit, like, he and Nathan Fillion put on one of the best panels at Comic-Con I've ever seen. It was the Slither panel, and it was a movie at the time. I'm like, I have no intention of seeing this movie, but I like the panel. Okay, I got to read a couple more of these. Jeremy, okay, you could see this one right here from Modalicious Jeremy. It says Jeremy doesn't want to be sarcastic.
I have not been sarcastic since the 20 minutes I've been here. I think I think I deserve some credit for that. I was about to go sarcastic. Never mind. But I haven't been sarcastic. I'm doing good. I've been very sarcastic on the High Council the last few weeks. I was very sarcastic on Cecil's stream. People were pissed, which I didn't totally. That was kind of the goal. That was the goal is for me to piss some people off, but they got really mad. People were really mad at me.
They're like, this is Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, right?
He ruins every stream he's on. I hope he never comes back, which was kind of my goal. I mean, at some point, maybe they'll stop asking me back on the High Council if I keep being a douchebag. But I guess, I mean, I just went really, really big time sarcastic.
They're going to need you, though. Poor Ethan is like got thousands of books to sign. I saw on his Twitter how many fucking books that poor guy's got to sign. I know there's people out there like hating on Ethan. I mean, honestly, kind of screw off. Like, dude, the dude is delivering the books. They're going to be great. You don't innovate a new idea and it just fucking produces itself like overnight. You make mistakes. You learn from the mistakes. The fact that he's actually coming out with a book, we should be those of us who want comics to continue should be thankful. Should be grateful.
EVS is putting all that together, making this book. He's also helping to promote other people. He's doing a lot of different things for different people. Like, give him a break. It's
be human. Come on.
I mean, I told Ethan, my opinion on some of the things going on with Comicsgate, but at the same time, I'm not quite as educated as I should be on that. I'm looking at it from afar. Though I told him that on the stream the other night. But at the end of the day, the dude is the most prominent voice in a massive movement that's raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for so many different creators. And part of what he's doing involves social media, and it involves what he's doing. I hate Twitter. Okay, I fucking hate it. I hate being just like I told one of these Jer Army accounts today, because they're like, just showed me a tweet where I said I was going to stop using Twitter. I'm like, it's because you motherfuckers, all you parody accounts, you 300 parody accounts that are tagging me and everything. I can't get away from it. But it's a necessary evil if this is the type of business that you're trying to get into.
Yep. I'll be honest with you. I don't like everything I see about Comicsgate. I don't like it being all divided. I think it really takes the focus off of, I know there was the faction that wanted Marvel and DC to turn around, and I was in the beginning. I mean, that's what I was all about. Like, get them to, but there was a point where you had to come to the realization that wasn't fucking happening. And Zoe Quinn working for both companies, I don't know how much more clear you need to fucking be.
No.
So I think they did the next natural thing you wanted to do. And you can't say it was pros because it was DNC who started it. I mean, it was like
no, it was DNC who started it.
So, and he was a customer. So listen, I think shit happened. Some people got split up. They don't have to get along, but my hope, which is not a strategy, is someday they realize that who the enemy is people who want to burn down our beloved comic book industry, the shit we grew up with, the shit we helped make. Turn into billion-dollar characters and they all of a sudden just want to throw us away.
Yeah.
And we should almost like let them. Like at this point, we should go. Okay. Bye.
Speaking of Comicsgate, this is pretty funny. I actually got a comment on a live stream that we did last year back in December after the whole Evs and Anglantine live stream, where somebody commented. Basically, John Malin made X amount of money. It's like Comicsgate's just doing just fine. It's like, yeah, because of that comment, you have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, John Malin did very good.
Good for John, by the way. Good for John. I'm happy that he was able to fund his book.
But yeah, there was multiple splits. I don't know everything because a lot of it was happening in DMs and stuff. So I have no idea. I was just going off of what I was watching on live streams, and I was just watching it get splintered and lose power. So, I mean, that's why people had to make their own things. And that was the only way to keep the movement going. Otherwise it would have completely fallen apart, and that's it.
Yeah.
And, people could still have their opinions. You could still have the same opinions you did with the Marvel and DC stuff. You could, nobody's told you had to change your opinions or back anything. That's why it's got to remain a loose affiliation. That's why the Phantom Menace has to learn from this.
Right. Exactly.
And completely stay unorganized and just continue to fight. And are we going to change DC and freaking Warner Brothers and J.J. Abrams? Probably not, but doesn't mean we don't try and have our voice heard. I will not go quietly into the night.
Hey, like I said, look what happened on YouTube. We've been screaming at YouTube for years, and they've never listened. And then at some point, they finally pissed off enough people all at once. People mobilized, and finally were like, "We're done," and they heard us. So
that's a really good point.
I think the only time that they're ever going to admit that Comicsgate was right is when the industry has finally burned itself to the ground.
It's there. I mean, like. The industry, I don't want to get in the weeds on it, but the industry is having to rely on scholastic and like gimmick after gimmick after gimmick. You're not healthy if you're just fucking gimmicking yourself. How many fucking variants were with that Marvel 1000 cover? 50?
No.
50? Yeah. Fuck that. I'm so glad I'm not.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, like, eat my shit.
The future creators
fucking makes me so mad. But no, Jeremy's right. Jeremy, that is a great point. There's going to be a point where like Disney or one of the companies is going to wake up and go, wait a minute, we're pissing off half of our customers. And oh, wait a minute.
Well, they'll realize that they're not making money anymore. That's the big issue. That's why I always say we have to hit them in the pocketbook. That's the only way they're going to realize that they're doing shit wrong is by taking out their money.
Yeah, Comics is completely right.
So as I was saying, so they whip out their calculator. Comics stepped all over my bit there, but that's okay.
Sorry, dude.
Maybe he's not watching. Fucking dude. Yeah, they whip out their calculators and they realize that they're fucking pissing off half their audience now. Right now, they're entrenched in some political bullshit, and they're more worried about an election. Unfortunately, this is happening at a very bad time for them. And there's a lot of changes in Hollywood. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. Disney wants to kill the back end residuals for shit, which Amazon and Netflix already do, which is going to cause an actor strike and probably an editor strike and a director strike and a writer strike. And during the streaming wars, everything might fucking halt if they continue doing this. So, and then they're dead. I mean, that's your point. That's the part when the independents can come in because they don't have any unions and they can do whatever the fuck they want. Comic books talking about unionizing, that is the biggest joke ever. That's funny. That I mean, you have to be wanted and necessary to have a union for one, which is crazy. All right,
it's like when Vox tried to unionize. You see how well that worked out for them.
Mr. T, greetings all. Have fun at New York Comic Con. You should try the Hard Rock Cafe at 1501 Broadway. Also, you will notice a million Starbucks. LOL. Cheers. Yeah. So let's not meet at a Starbucks, Jeremy. And dude, I think I'm set up to where I have to stay in a hotel, then leave for a day, go to another hotel, and then come back to another hotel. So I'm going to be in Jersey for a day. Yeah. So that's okay. I think you can take a ferry or something.
Yeah, but you can't wash that off you, man.
If it makes you feel better, Gary, I was in Jersey for a month.
I lived in New York for 4 years for college. Don't go to Jersey.
Jersey City.
I work in Jersey every other week.
You do?
Yes, I do.
I have not. There's the teenagers.
Oh, we got you set up though, Gary.
We did, but it's split. It's set up, but it's split. It's fine. I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. I'll figure it out.
All right. Talk.
Oh, public transportation. I love it. I went to London. I've never been to London, and I bought a map and figured it out. And within half an hour, I had people with English accents asking me directions within a week.
Yeah.
They're like, how do you get there? Well, Marble Arch is around there. I knew the place. I
just be ready for 1,000 track changes because of ongoing construction.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. I'll be ready. I want to do a Subway video.
That's not clear. Yeah.
Subway video.
Subway video.
Subway video. All right. So here we go. H Presidio says, loving this $1.99. Don't you guys like to do format? We bring in like a Brady Bunch worth of people, and it's fun. I like it. Talking Pulp for $5. Gary, you don't need to be verified on YouTube. I just verified you these $5. Get the umbrella because it's raining in here. Talking Pulp, you're awesome. Thank you, everybody. No, I don't need to be verified. Jeremy doesn't need validation from Susan Wojcicki. I'll walk around New York and it will be the same fucking thing in San Diego. Jeremy, and I'm not kidding, got stopped about every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes.
It wasn't that often.
Yes, it was. Dude, he was getting stopped more than I saw actors getting stopped at the Star Trek convention.
Damn.
I'm serious. Like, it was a lot.
That's ridiculous.
Star Wars Celebration. It was worse at Star Wars Celebration than it was at Comic-Con. But I think it's great. I mean, look, if you see me out in public, feel free to walk up to me. As long as you're not trying to kill me, say hello. If you're trying to kill me, I guess you can come up to me too. It's not like you're going to me. It's not like if your intent is to kill me, it's not like me saying don't walk up to me is going to change that effect anyway. So yeah, continue walking up to me and try to kill me, I guess, but preferably not. But yes, if you do see me, you're not going to bother me. Come up, talk to me, shake my hand. If you don't like me, tell me why you don't like me. Shake my hand. Let's talk about it and let's work it out. Don't be like Star Wars Explained and run from me when I confront you. All right. Sarcasm starting to creep in. I'm sorry, but that is
dude. Just creep in the sarcasm. That's great. Same here. Like, please walk up and say hi. We love talking. That's the reason I'm going. That's the reason Jeremy's going. Who gives a shit about these panels? I don't. Are we even going to go to one? I mean, like, I don't think I will.
I've gotten so many emails from panels. So, I mean, this is pretty cool that there's a lot of stuff going on, but that's not really my intent. My intent is just to go there and mingle and interact and kind of just soak it up,
I think that's because our voices are beginning to matter. And that's what's, I think, going to be the end game of all this, is that we're going to be looked to as the people that give real criticism, not shilling for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will take a bullet for you, Jeremy. Thank you. I don't know if you're being funny or sarcastic, but I'm going to take it as you're being serious. And I appreciate that.
I'll take a bullet for him, like in the leg or arm, but not, I won't die for him. Okay. I've got kids to feed. Canceled Jeremy for $5 says Jeremy's got time to be on Gary's channel and whine about his silver play button, but no time for the high council. # cancel Jeremy.
Jeremy, love it.
Oh, did it jump on me? Jesus Christ, it jumped on me.
It does that, man. It's so confusing.
It really is. Oh, dude, we're behind. Garth Brooks can slob a big, soggy, floppy donkey donk, says Modalicious for $5. Okay. I did not know that.
Wow.
What was that?
You missed the one just above it. Hype.
I've got it right here. The name of this channel is Such Bait and Switch. There's nothing nerdrotic about Gary. Sorry.
Have you seen his back wall? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, you know, you're from Canada. Maybe I should paint my face just like your president. Is that just kidding.
Ouch.
Just kidding.
Not just once. What was he did it like 3 times?
Oh my God, the one where he said he's saying Deo. He's saying Deo. I think he's still apologizing. Last time I checked.
Dude, he's gonna be apologizing to the point when he has to leave office. I mean, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Garth Brooks is the Lars Ulrich of country music. Modalicious. That is a great take right there. See, I know a little bit about Garth Brooks, and I know a lot about Lars Ulrich, who is just the worst. He is what he is, a failed tennis player who learned how to play drums and got lucky.
Are you serious? He's a failed tennis player?
He's a failed tennis player.
My God, that explains so much.
Yep. So why are we dissing on Garth Brooks?
I don't know. I don't have anything against Garth Brooks.
Garth is like the GOAT country music singer ever.
Like, no.
Oh yes.
You're wrong.
Yes. Oh,
You're so wrong.
Oh, yes, he is.
Johnny fucking Cash is the GOAT ever of everything.
Garth transcended country, took it to like heights it's never been seen. We put 1 million people in Central Park.
Johnny Cash created it. You can't. No. Like Garth Brooks, I'll give him respect, but like Johnny Cash.
Creating things don't automatically make you the best at something.
No, just being the best, which is Johnny Cash. So yeah,
agreed.
Garth is the man.
It's not Garth is like poppy, you know. He's like a Taylor Swift cat, you know, and I respect that.
I big pickup truck in my red shirt
and a boiler. He's got a big old boiler. You know, Johnny Cash was fucking cool. He played in a prison.
I love Johnny Cash. I love
Garth Brooks goes into a prison. He becomes somebody's girlfriend in there. Like Johnny Cash went in there. What the freaking no. Garth Brooks was popular. I understand that, and he's popular in other countries too, which is mind-boggling.
Right,
but they love him in the UK.
Johnny Cash is also the only person who can sing a 9 Inch Nails song and do it better than Trent Reznor.
Right. I didn't know that was a 9 Inch Nails song until someone told me on the live stream, because that's how much I identified it with him. And that's one of the greatest songs ever made because of the passion that you can feel with Johnny Cash when he's saying. I truly did not know that was a 9 Inch Nails song. I didn't even know it. I mean, he just completely owned it on every level.
Big time. Even Trent admitted that he did it better.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It is truly one of the greatest songs ever. If you have not heard Hurt, you need to. Oh my God. So
and the theme for The Hangover, which Danzig does pretty damn well, was written for Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash was his American record recordings that he was doing towards the end of his life were genius work. Love that man. I don't think
you have a more perfect song than Hurt for his life. Hurt
myself today. Yeah,
the way that it builds that song.
Have you seen the music video that they did for it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's perfect. It is. The song is perfect. The video is perfect. The story of his life that it tells is perfect. It's got June in it. It's everything about that entire production is perfect. Absolutely, no argument here. I love Johnny Cash. I'm just saying. I'm not a hater. So, but Garth is
he's popular.
All right,
he's popular, but I don't. Popularity is not how I judge great goats.
Yeah, but he's more than popular. Like, I mean, Garth Brooks has written some of the most amazing songs ever. I mean, he's from a performer standpoint, from a writer standpoint, from what he's meant to the industry. Like, there's more than just him being popular. You know, like Beyonce's popular. She's also utter garbage, the most overrated human that's ever existed. But she's popular. She's also trash. My pinky toe that got slammed by a hammer has more talent than Beyonce.
That beehive is about to go after you. Beehive. Beehive.
Phil Arcanus says, but I prefer Soundgarden's Rusty Cage. I like them both, buddy. I like them both equally. No, I'm a music snob. Okay, because I grew up working in record stores. I am the biggest. If you ever saw High Fidelity, that is me. I working in the record stores. I would talk shit about people. I'm like, oh my god, he fucking just bought Garth Brooks. Oh my, that was me.
High Fidelity is a great movie.
That was fucking me. I wouldn't do that in my comic store because weirdly enough, I like mainstream comic books. I like Spider-Man and Batman, but with my music, oh no, it's got to be underground. Fucking hate sellouts but no, High Fidelity is like one of my favorite movies of all time. It's got Jack Black, only really good performance besides Jumanji maybe, and he flips somebody off perfectly when he shoots his fingers. That was fucking great. All right, so let's get
your patchouli stink out of my store.
And Gary, before you get back to super chats, my back's been killing me for a while.
Oh my god, I'm just kidding. I hope you feel better.
Thank you. No, it's because I had a meeting. I had like professional development for school because we didn't have classes. I had to drive an hour and a half out, sitting down all day, which in these most uncomfortable chairs. But yeah,
no, that's why I'm moving to a stand desk this weekend. I am not sitting down doing this. Like we do a lot of sitting. All of us, we know what we're talking about, and it's very bad.
Normally, I'm okay sitting because I'm on my feet all day, but when I'm sitting down all day, it's just
no, today I was like sitting in my chair for like 5 hours. I was like, bad.
Oh god,
yeah,
doesn't matter how good your chair is, but
yep.
I have my desk is actually a sit stand desk, and I never use it for stand anymore.
I'm going to start standing up for my videos. That's happening next week. All right, hey Odin, plug your channel before you go.
Hey, go check out Odin's movie blog. Talk about movie news and other fun stuff. It is a movie blog. For those that just didn't know that, just wanted to clarify that it is indeed. And also make sure you go to geeksandgamers.com. Buy that Geeks and Gamers merch.
Odin from Asgard.
Damn right.
So Odin, do you have a movie blog?
So comics. I'll never tell.
Ooh, that's kinky.
How could I go full Anna? I'm like a full foot taller than Anna. I can't. If I get on my knee, I'm just kidding, Anna. I'm just kidding. Anna. Okay, Odin. Did he leave?
Yeah.
Can we talk shit about him now?
We can talk shit about him.
Damn, that Odin guy is so Christian and white.
I know he's always in here asking if we have a message of this. Like what?
Jesus.
We just want to talk. We just want to talk about tits and ass, and you're coming up preaching.
God, thank God we can. Yeah, practically preaching. Right.
Well, Father Christopher was complaining how we need to have a swear jar. So.
Father Christopher is a father, and please forgive me. I'm sorry. I will try to. I will try. Could you absolve me of about several 100,000 sins?
It's probably my fault too, because I do cuss a lot. So
you do.
No,
not as much as I do. Well, I'm way worse than you are, Jeremy. Trust me. Garth Brooks is that's funny as hell. Star Wars for Life, Jeremy's Instagram fan. Hello, everyone. Nerdrotic, is there any TV series that you would recommend for this fall season? Mr. Robot, if you're in the weird TV,
God, Mr. Robot's good.
Is coming back, but you got to catch up on it. There's really nothing. There was one other one. I saw the fall list. I'll message you, Star Wars for Life, because I was looking very late last night. I was looking at the fall release list, and there were 3 TV shows that I wrote down that I wanted to see, and I can't remember what they were now. But there's not a ton out there. Man, watch Farscape on Amazon Prime. I don't know if you'd like it or not, but Venture Brothers is on Hulu. Castlevania on Netflix. Season 1 of Castlevania is the shit. Yeah, it's so great. Good. Altered Carbon Season 1 on Netflix.
When is Season 2 coming out for that?
Next year. It's Anthony Mackie is starring in it. So
Sons of Anarchy, Ruthie, because I know you haven't seen it. Watch Sons of Anarchy. One of the greatest series ever, in my opinion. It does. Season 3 kind of falls off a bit for me. But seasons 1, 2, and then once you get back on with 4, it's awesome.
Farscape. Somebody mentioned Farscape. Yeah, that's something. It's not new, obviously, but definitely worth checking out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you like David Tennant, Doctor Who, It's in the spirit. It's in that. It almost feels like it's in that world a little bit. It's very much of its time, but it's good. SLW Bear, Slow Bear for 10 pounds. Hail Gary, hail fantastic fandom and menace peeps. Sent you an email called More Sticky Fingers, Not the Band, and Stolen Ideas. Hope you can love your show and keep up the awesome job. Thank you very much. I will check that out. Yes, if you guys have inside knowledge or any knowledge of plagiarism in Hollywood, pass it my way. Gary at nerdrotic.com. Gary, I mean, if you want to help a friend who maybe, I don't know, settled out of court and was supposed to sign an NDA, but maybe an anonymous source can pass another anonymous source something, and then, it gets out. And then, maybe see, the thing is when they take advantage of people who are broke. They take advantage of people who just don't want to, go through the headache, and a lot of people get stolen from because of convenience, and it sucks. And that's your work. And sometimes when they steal from you, they make billions. That would have been nice to have a piece of that. And then the person who created it dies fucking broke. And Hollywood is a nasty place. It's just a nasty place. And, we've always
a lot of entertainment's like that. Even the comic industry.
Yeah, of course. Actually, comic industry is as slimy as the entertainment industry and always has been, period.
Yeah.
And I just think, we love our entertainment so much. And now we see Hollywood moralizing and Me Tooing and Time's Upping, but they're not really doing it. Nothing's really changing.
They're not.
And, I just think that's why I get a little frustrated when I hear a Hollywood type telling me how I should live, knowing how things go in that town. Just the pecking order, what the culture is like in that town. Anybody telling anybody what to do other than I know where to find you pills and Coke, they should pretty much shut up and act. But that's it.
It's such an echo chamber. They think the rest of the world looks like they do. Yep. That's the problem.
I talk about privilege.
Yeah.
They get everything for fucking free. They get seated at, like a Z-list star will go right to the front of a line somewhere. Yeah.
Well, I think that's kind of funny that you mentioned that. You're talking about how they're living this life of privilege and then projecting it on everybody else. It's like, you're fucking high.
Or once they achieve it, they tell nobody. Like Christopher Eccleston came out I was feeling very sorry for him because he came out basically and said he's bulimic or something like that. He's got an eating disorder, and I felt bad. Anorexic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then at the end of a speech, he's all, well, I think they should have after he did doctor and left early because of anorexia. He said, well, they should have done a female back in 2004. And he was just saying this to Virtue Signal. He's all, middle-aged white men need to just step aside.
Wow.
Oh, nice of you. Now that you're rich and comfortable and wrote your little autobiography because you got blackballed because you had an eating disorder and you couldn't tell anybody then, but you waited till it was safe. And then you told somebody, and now you want to tell white men to step aside when you're fucking rich. Yeah, Eccleston, shut up. And I like the guy, but shut the hell up.
Well, Jesus, man. I find it funny that the people who typically say that, someone's going to say that about them. Like, you have feminists doing the same thing. Men should step aside for women and whatnot. And eventually somebody's going to come for you.
No, you know what? Earn the position.
Yeah.
Remove me. Take my place with hard work.
Yes.
Great. That way because I want society to progress. So I want the best people at the job, whatever I don't care how they identify. I just want the best people moving things forward.
Yes.
If you're seeing what's happening to Hollywood right now, it's not genuine, and that's why everything does suck. Star Trek Discovery, I'll just come out and say it sucks because the writer's room was they were more concerned about diversity than getting actual talent. So they checked off all the boxes except for the one that was a good writer. They forgot to check that one out. It's too bad. And when they did bring one in, he had to walk because everybody was intimidated by the guy, so they were snitching on him.
It's ridiculous.
God damn.
I was just telling my mom about that today. She doesn't keep up on any of this, and I was explaining about what happened to Walter, and there's so many people out there that don't understand the inner workings of what's going on in Hollywood right now, and It's just it's a shame what's happening to these franchises because of they're just pushing out creatives, pushing out fans, pushing out people that can add value to these things, and all for what? Just to create an echo chamber, just to be a bigot. I don't get it.
Wayward Astronaut calling it now. By 2030, someone in Hollywood will announce that they're remaking Tommy Wiseau's The Room. Thank you for $5. Yes.
Do you think it could get better?
No.
Why would you want it to be better? I mean, that movie is perfect as a train wreck.
True that.
I love that they shot on location in San Francisco with a green screen of San Francisco. I never got that, but it's beautiful. It really is. Jason Smoot for $10. How long until the shit course corrects and we can maybe get some decent new content?
10 years.
10 years? Yeah.
10 years.
That's a generation.
Yeah, that's what I think it's going to take.
And it might not come from Hollywood. I think Hollywood, the Rambo thing really, it's not a movie I was interested in seeing, and now I'm going to go see it. I would have seen it like at home on home video, but now I'm going to go see it because if you can't make a basic action movie anymore without like somebody protesting or anything, it's over with for Hollywood. There's no way they can't make anything anymore. That's why Knives Out is a great example of that's what a Hollywood movie will be now. It'll be a Woody Allen Clue ripoff, basically giving the Orange Man shit.
Yeah.
You're playing to a very small audience right there.
It's because of the echo chamber, man. They think everybody thinks like they do, and they're just gonna lose money. They're gonna keep losing money.
Lubella is the Area 51 raid. Is this the Area 51 raid after party? Yes. Weren't there like 15 people there?
Yeah, it wasn't.
No, the Area 51. I thought there was like photos that Weaponized Nerd Rage was passing around that showed like a lot of people.
That's what I thought too. Comics.
There was a
good. Good. I saw the guy running like Naruto in the back of the, and that's fucking great. And I think it was Richard Dolan was pushing for that. He told you to run like Naruto. I don't know if he started the meme or what, but good for Richard Dolan being in on a meme. He probably doesn't even fucking know. Ben Allen for Canadian $10. Just got back from Rambo. Solid 7 out of 10 with applause at my theater. And final kill was because us Canucks are nice people, which you are. Keep up the good work. Love the streams. Ben Allen, you guys keep up the good work. And, don't invite your prime minister over for Halloween. Theron Gale for Canadian $10. Theron, what's up? I love Cecil so much because he reminds me of myself. I too have connections to people wealthier than myself. I have to maintain in order to not F up my lifestyle. Maybe that just appeals to me. Yeah, he's Cecil's it's an interesting there's always a Cecil in a wealthy clique. There is. And it's very interesting how that dynamic sets up. I genuinely worry about him sometimes. I do as a human being, but he's freaking funny as hell. And he and Doomcock's channels should be bigger. I mean, I know why they aren't, but they should be because everybody knows them on the internet. Like you bring up their name, like I'm going to bring up the name and everybody's going to go, Cecil is love, Cecil is love. Or you bring up Doomcock and it goes, hail Doomcock, hail Doomcock. And I see that every freaking stream I go to, whether somebody's mentioning him or not. Somebody says that name once and everybody in the stream knows who that person is. Then how are they under 100,000 subs? When a lot more than 100,000 people know who they are. So sometimes the math on Jeremy, sometimes the math on YouTube just didn't click for me. I've always thought that there's more people watching the live streams than the number says. Just because, I mean, how does it pop up? It says 1,500 or something like that, and then some days I'll end the live stream after 2 hours and it'll say 15,000 people just viewed it, and then some days it'll say 20,000, and then some days it'll say 8.
I know it's hard to figure out, and to be honest with you, and by the way, I'm gonna do a car video with Cecil when I'm in New York. So we're doing a car video, and I mean, part of me, honestly, and maybe this won't be popular. as the way I obsess over my YouTube channel and my numbers and the analytics, I'm kind of happy that Social Blade thing has happened.
No, me too.
I mean, I don't really care to obsess over Social Blade anymore. I'm not like, oh, am I going to lose subscribers? Am I going to gain subscribers? It's kind of taken some of the pressure and the edge off of everything that I have to deal with. So I don't know, you
can still see your, I mean, a lot of people are talking about they can't see their live you go to your studio, you can see your subscriber count.
Yeah, you can still see it.
And also, if they take away how much money, I don't like how they blast how much money people are like, even if it's like, yes, it's from 3 cents to $5,000, but it's still, I mean, I don't want, more importantly, I don't want the fucking government knowing how much money I'm making. It's none of their fucking business until tax time. So I don't like that. So I won't miss that part if they take that away. I hope they do, because that's always bugged me. But that's the old man in me. So that's, I don't think it's anybody's business. But yeah, I don't miss it either. And that one's not coming back, and it's because it's an outside program.
Jake,
Jake,
the whole PewDiePie T-Series things.
Yep.
With that. So.
Jake DD for $2. Hail Nerdrotic, just left Rambo. Wow. Okay, now I got to see it. Everybody.
Well, just like, the controversy alone makes me want to see it.
Yeah, me too.
Tom's at Midnight Edge. Did you see it? What'd you think? I saw him in the chat.
Yeah, he's there.
Public needs to learn it's okay to impeach judges. Oh yeah, you can. We got to find out who this judge was and what happened. I don't know the details. Once I know them, I will probably pass them on in another video or live stream.
Yeah. In California, they did the recall of the judge that sentenced Brock Turner.
Really?
Yeah. He got recalled. He actually was going to be a PE coach, and they basically fired him when people found out it was him. Yeah. His career is over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely hold out judgment until we find out what happened with the case, though.
Yeah, fair enough.
But Tom says it was fucking awesome. I went through puberty twice watching it. Okay. Jesus. Damn. Okay.
Well, the funny thing is, if you read that Bounding into Comics article about it, like every single reviewer mentions the whole thing with Trump. It's so hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's not surprising. For $2, my name Nerdrotic. What is it? CJ Franks. CJ Franks. Is that like a quote I'm missing? Recall Nancy's nephew. Yeah. Okay. Hey, we recalled a government. We impeach Jeremy. Yes, we need to impeach Jeremy for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I don't. If I'm missing something there, CJ Franks, put it in the chat. You don't have to put another super chat in. I probably am. Tokyo Gaijin for 500 yen. STD wins an Emmy. Anas loses his lawsuit. I got banned from Twitter for criticizing a politician. This is a very dark week. It really is, but we can't hang our head low. That's hopefully what I tried to say in my video today. It's like, this is, we lost. We took an L. We took an L this week. But you know what? Susan Wojcicki listening to YouTube, that was fucking huge. I know it's not related, but we got to take the wins where we can get it. Anas, folks, wasn't going to win. I mean, it's so impossible to win. The copyright laws in the United States are next to impossible to win. It took Harlan Ellison, a famous writer, multiple award-winning writer, 4 years to win one case. So I know it was going to be tough, but the thing is, you and Tokyo, everybody who's seen the case, we know they fucking stole it. We know they did. It's just they got off on a technicality. That's it.
Let it fuel you. When you remember what's going on in entertainment, with the crap they're trying to service, just understand and let it fuel you.
I'm not telling you what to do, but I wouldn't subscribe to CBS.
Nope.
I would never support them. I'm gonna watch their stuff to review it, And at the end of every video, I promise you, even the live ones, I'm going to show you how to unsubscribe from CBS All Access. It'll be very easy to do. Don't forget to do it because they really rely on people to forget. And you actually, you waste a lot of money that way. So I will be here to remind you to, because I forgot myself. So I'll be here to remind you, and I'll show you. I showed you how to unsubscribe to HBO, and I will show you how to unsubscribe to CBS. We got a lot of streaming services. You don't have time to waste with shitty content. And quite frankly, I'd rather there be, I'll give you the floor in a second for Star Trek, Steven. I quite frankly I don't want any Star Trek. I'd rather have none than this. We'll see what Picard is like.
I agree with that.
I'd rather have fan films, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Vega Prime for $10. Thank you guys for doing what you do. Really appreciate it. And yes, do more about Star Trek. I will. I'm just, I'm bummed. I'm depressed about this. I don't like to be down for long periods of time because it's not good for you. But no, it definitely, man, it was like a punch in the gut. I gotta admit it. But there's you know what? There's fucking Dreckies out there who are happy as hell, man. There's people raving their pom poms. My shitty show won. My shitty show that stole its idea and still couldn't execute it properly. It won and it beat out an independent creator. Yay, giant corporation that doesn't give a fuck about me. Woo!
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Well, the other thing too that pisses me off about all this too is that Tim Russ had some really good, and I hate to say fan Star Trek because it wasn't official, but he had his series that got fucked over by CBS as well.
Yeah. Oh, CBS is fucked, and I haven't checked yet. But what do you want to guess that the Access Media will report on Anas losing his case? Because they haven't reported on it once. Prior.
I don't think they will at all.
No, they're going to ignore it.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they'll ignore it.
They probably will. I was like debating on that. I debated that in the video. I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if they reported on it now that it's over and it's safe? But it still would embarrass. It's still an embarrassment. That's why I did the last video. Anything I can do to embarrass CBS and bring awareness to Anas, I'll do. I honestly don't care who watches it. I'd like you to share that video as much as possible and get the word out.
God damn. You know what? Something just occurred to me. Part of me wonders if maybe the Picard series is going to be kind of like Renegades.
It is. It's ripping it off. Picard is ripping off Brian Fuller's idea with Renegades. And then it'll mix in a bunch of other stuff like from the Fifth Element and Firefly. I mean, it's 5 rogues on a ship, so that's Firefly, Renegade, fucking Lex, or is it Lex? And
Lex,
and fucking Farscape, and and then it's the girl who's the key to everything. So that's the Fifth Element thing that they keep doing over and over again, which was done before that. I realized that, but Fifth Element was at least good.
They're going to use the character Jean-Luc Picard to create this new universe with these new characters, and then they're going to just get rid of them.
Yep,
that's what's going to happen.
That's funny. I was thinking the exact same thing. Is that even if Picard doesn't want to continue on, I wonder if they'll keep doing it anyway, regardless.
He's fucking 80.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's like
80.
Yeah.
How are you? I mean, oh, and the reason it says Star Trek Picard versus Star Trek Discovery, I'll say it right here. If Star Trek Picard is a success, that could bode very, very bad for Star Trek Discovery. If Star Trek Picard brings in a bunch of subs and it's a success, they're going to go, wait a minute. We don't need Star Trek Discovery, and we don't need to spend $10 million an episode because we got this Star Trek that's obviously more popular. And believe if it starts healing the fan base, like if it's actually good and starts healing the fan base, that is very bad for Star Trek Discovery.
Probably.
Very, very bad.
They need to show me Klingons, not Klingorks.
Yeah.
They do that, and I'll give it a shot.
And
here's another thing, too. I'm kind of wondering if the girl who's the key to everything in this new series, I bet she's a Picard. And that way, if Sir Patrick Stewart decides to exit the show, they can still call it Picard because there's another Picard.
Or what did I hear today? Shinzon, which is technically a Picard because it's Picard.
Yeah.
So maybe they technically could. Well, they can't. It can't go past 3 years. Picard, for one, Patrick Stewart said 3 years. I can't imagine him doing a show in his mid 80s. And what I heard from my insider is season 2 is 100% go. Like JP reported on it today, but I've known about this for like, is it 2 weeks now? Because I saw it in an article from July, and then I talked to my insiders. Oh yeah, it's happening for sure. So Star Trek, we're getting and we might get a season 3 because it's up to Patrick. According to my insider, it's up to Patrick. So yeah, I mean, I could see it happening, and you're going to start seeing TV shows getting seasons before they air. It's during the streaming wars. Now, when the streaming wars are over, they ain't going to go down like that. Trust me. You're going to see in about 3 or 4 years, you're going to see shows getting cheaper. Right now, they can spend a bunch of money because there's a lot of investor money in there. Enjoy this while it lasts, folks, because it ain't going to go on like this.
Hopefully, the content is good.
This is yeah, exactly. This is what you call a bubble, and it will.
I don't think it's going to be good. That's the sad part of it. So.
No, it's not.
It's probably.
By the way, the reason I chimed in on that topic, I don't really follow a lot of the Star Trek stuff, so there's no point in me chiming in.
It's all good. It's all good.
We have your chat has looks like we've moved from cancel Jeremy to impeach Jeremy.
Impeach Jeremy. Yes. So who's got a vote on that? By the way, I just need to know from the chat. So just have Tom vote on it.
So
Minute Edge. He's official.
Handle it, Tom.
Yeah, handle it, Tom. Vega Prime for $10. Thank you very much for an original Star Wars fan for $5. Off topic. I'd bring Romana back for season 1. When Wicked Romana spinoff, Davison with 80s theme song tweaked it a bit, nostalgia and inclusivity done right. Yes, they could have done. Romana has been stuck See, the last time I heard, she was stuck in a bubble of alternate reality or something like that. So they might have done some big finish with her that I haven't listened to that probably got her out of that. Or I heard she was. Yeah, I don't know. But yes, bring Romana back. I love the character so much. And they could have but they don't want to do that because it's what Comix Division said. This isn't truly about inclusivity and diversity. It's about their fucking agenda. And they're just using them as Zach coined it so perfectly, purse puppies. Unhinged Crank for $2. Hey, it's like a mirror universe high council. Yeah, kind of is.
Yeah, Jerry's been
with
quiet.
Beards.
I like that title. That's really good.
I've been really good tonight, and I'm really proud of myself.
You've been very well behaved. Yeah, that's great for my clicks. Thanks, dude. Come to my fucking show and be behaved. Fucker. Unhinged Crank for $5. Muppets already did Kardashians in space. It was called Pigs in Space. Captain Plank for Australian $2. The Dawn could fix STD. The Dawn could. Everybody hail the Dawn. Hail the Dawn. Yes. Eric K for $5. Gary, living with my parents? Nope. I plan on living with my friend's guest house in La Jolla, where I can retire. Eric K, if you're going to retire anywhere, La Jolla is the place to retire. It is a fantastically beautiful town, great food. You can go to the Cove, chill out with the seals, go to the beach down in PB, walk up and down the board. I mean, all you'd have to do is earn enough money to have a bed, eat, and walk up and down the boardwalk every day, and just look at all the beautiful women down in San Diego, and you'd be fine. If you're into that kind of thing, or beautiful dudes, if you're into that kind of thing too. Theron Gale for Canadian $50. Thank you, Theron. There were only 3 episodes of the original series, TNG, DS9, Voyager, and Enterprise combined that I had not seen before Netflix had it all. I think I have seen most of them at least twice, with the exception of season 1 of TNG episode with a West African Yao Mali inspired planet. And you probably will see them, and you're just a fan, Theron. And the person who runs it, who gets paid millions of dollars to be the architect, I am calling this person out right now. I'm guessing that person has not watched every single Trek episode. And, there's no way to verify it. He could probably shoot back and say, yes, I have, and there's no way to verify it. But Alex Kurtzman, in your heart of hearts, I'm right. You did not watch you might have you were doing something else. I can't see a Hollywood executive sitting down to watch one episode of television, much less seasons.
Yeah.
And that's why they suck.
Yeah, they're way too stuck up their own ass for that.
Yep.
No way that's going to happen. Hey, I'm going to have to bounce soon, Gary.
All right, buddy.
10 more minutes. I'll be around for about 10 more minutes. Just want to let you know.
We're gonna. Well, yeah. We're.
Tomorrow's my daughter's birthday party. We're gonna have
happy birthday!
Right on, man.
18. No, it ain't. They no happy for me, guys. It's 18 kids are gonna be at my house tomorrow. Are you kidding me?
Have fun,
girls.
Do you think there's like 3 boys and the rest of me girls?
Oh,
it's a nightmare. I'm not looking forward to it at all.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so happy. I mean, ladies, I love you, but I'm so happy I had boys. They're so much easier. They smell bad. I mean, frankly, they smell horrible, but they're so much easier to deal with. You just plug your nose and you're fine. Bring Rick Berman back to Star Trek, says Rowan Mangian for Australian $2.99. That's how bad things have gotten, because I agree with you. Bring back Stick Up My Butt Berman.
Yeah.
That's how bad things have gotten, Steven. I mean, guys, I couldn't wait to get rid of that guy. And now I'm so sorry.
Me too. We need him back. We need somebody back.
So sorry. JPRPH1 for $4.99. Hail all. Love this format. I sub to so many folks I would never known about. Especially love Drunk Threepio's chair stream. LOL. Cheers all. Drunk Threepio's that's a star in the making, folks.
Yep.
Absolute star in the making.
He's a great guy too.
Yep.
He's a wonderful person.
But he's got the showman's personality.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so.
What do you think, Jeremy? He'll be at 20,000 pretty soon. I'd say 4 months, 5 months.
I mean, it comes down to it comes down if there's that topic. We've all kind of, like, all of us that have kind of taken off. We've had that topic. I mean, I've had 3 of them now that have kind of catapulted me. So I'm thinking like the Rise of Skywalker can kind of be his. So I think if he can capitalize off that, and we had a lot of discussions about how he studies the different channels and algorithms and things like that. So yeah, I'm thinking the guy's going to be he's going to have it at least in the 15,000-20,000 range before the end of the year, if not higher.
I agree.
I talk to Jay about just about every day. His presence and is great. I just think his tone, his mannerisms, everything. He's going to be a big star.
Well, yeah, that's what I told him. I said I'm drawn to strong personalities. And he's got a strong, charismatic personality, and I want it. I like that being connected to Geeks and Gamers, and the stronger the personality, the better for me. And that doesn't necessarily mean like an aggressive personality. He doesn't have an aggressive personality. He's just got a strong one. Gary's got a strong personality. I got Uche on my team, and Uche is a strong, aggressive personality. Dear Lord. But that's what I like. I like to have to manage strong personalities, and I want those strong personalities to represent Geeks and Gamers. I think we got a pretty good thing going.
I like Uche. You know what I liked about his video? I know I kibed some of this stuff, but I'm sure you are okay with it for my video. He was smiling though. So when he was doing it, he was smiling, and I like that part. So Uche is fucking awesome.
Dude, he's going to Purdue University with him. I mean, where he's an alum, and he's very well known, and he's 6'4", giant black dude who used to play offensive lineman in the NFL, going to his alma mater at a Saturday night game that was one of the biggest home crowds they've had in a long time. He's noticed by everybody, and all he's doing is just being awesome and telling stories about old. And I'm finally like, I'm just like, yo, Uche, we got to get to work. We got to get to work, because he's just out there having fun. It was awesome. It's great having him on team. That video he made about Marvel was amazing.
Yeah,
Kevin fucking Feige. That's what he kept saying.
I know. I had to bleep it. I had to bleep it on mine, so I used my little sonic screwdriver, and that's a real sonic screwdriver, by the way. So when he's on it, I go like that. I don't like edit it in.
Are you? When are you leaving for New York?
I think that I'm flying, so it's the Wednesday.
So you're doing. So you'll be doing Friday night stream next week, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna try to get Uche on. Me and Uche will come on with whoever else. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, of course. Right. Yeah, let's get him on. Let's get him on. Ancient Pardo Drago for $10. I saw Rambo, Last Blood, great movie and a fine ending to a franchise. Simple story, great hero, nothing ruined, all built to this final installment. Oh, now I gotta see it. So many people.
Man, you have to. You have to.
I mean, oh my God, I wouldn't want to relive a second of my puberty once, much less twice. But I mean, If I do it, that's fine. Modalicious, $5. Starship Troopers shower scene is responsible for half the hair on my scalp migrating to my palms during my stream.
That's fantastic.
Modalicious for $5 for the win. Ding ding. Wayward Astronaut, $2. Steven, any chance I can join that writers group?
Wayward, get a hold of me on Twitter at Lodonis if you're on Twitter. If not, you can reach me at lodonis@hotmail.com and we will discuss it.
Yes, I can vouch for Wayward. Been around for a while and yeah, good person. So the Jedi Knight and friend to Alita, what's up? $5 Smuggler's Run is like a VR ride my local mall had in the 90s. It was basically a van on hydraulics simulating roller coasters. Anyone remember that? Yes.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
That's terrible. It is so accurate too. God, so bad. It's so bad.
Mind-bogglingly bad. I mean, I was kind of shocked. And then like the first week it had a big graphic problem. There was a big line. It was terrible. Okay, so Theron, I'm going to get to yours. I'm doing one before that because Father Christopher Miller for $2. I'm thinking we need a swear jar. I'm going to pretend every live stream you are in the chat. I'm going to try. We'll give it a shot. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Father.
I am.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and bounce.
I'm not.
All right. All right, buddy. Hey, Jeremy, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, and this will help with the swear jar. I won't be here anymore, so that'll help clean up the language a little bit. But everyone, thank you for being here. Great stream, great chat, great panel. Always nice to be here with Gary. And I'm not going to be sarcastic. I'm going to end this. I know. Like the one time I'm not sarcastic, I'm still getting complaints. I can't please anybody at this point. I'm an asshole. I'm a disrespectful guy. I piss people off. That's
but Jeremy, by being an asshole, if everyone thinks you're an asshole, that means you're being successful.
This is true. It's absolutely true. We've got Leda here. But yeah, so at this point, I probably will go back to sarcastic Jeremy at some point. But anyway, tomorrow, I don't have a time yet, but on Ryan Cannell's live stream, I'm going to be facing many of my haters. And there is no holds barred. They can say anything they want to me, and I'm going to face them. I'm not going to be sarcastic. I'm not going to be dismissive of them. I'm going to address them like a grown-ass man, and I hope they're willing to take it. But, Gary, thank you for having me, and great being on with you guys.
Yeah, I'll see you on that stream tomorrow. And tell Ryan that I want to get him on soon.
Okay.
We'll do that you're my errand boy, but if you can remember.
I could probably have him join myself and Uche and him, and depending on who else you got. Are you tired, honey? Depending on who else you got, I was thinking about getting Kelly to see if she could join. Yeah. Jedi Bunny. So I don't know. We'll see who all's available, and I'll let you know.
Right on, brother.
All right.
Thank
have a good night. All right.
See you, man.
See you later, Jeremy.
Bye. All right. See you later.
See ya. All right, we're back to the super chats, everybody, and you guys can hang if you want. And Steven, at this point, because we're gotta get through the super chats. Steven, is there anything else you wanted to say on Star Trek? I know you wanted to vent, get stuff off your chest. Is there something I can give you the floor, my friend?
I've been a lifelong Star Trek fan. My father passed it on to me when I was when I was young. He started watching TOS with me, and I'm just really upset with the way that all this is going, with the way that Star Trek's going. The CBS is handling the fandom, handling the lore. I mean, you can always upgrade a series. You can always update a series. You can always make changes, and I'm totally for that. But to the level that they have been, it just shows a complete lack of understanding to what Star Trek was and why it became what it did. And this whole thing with Anas, like Gary said, it probably wasn't going to win, but we were all pulling for him because we needed a win. And Anas had been through enough. This is an independent creator who was ripped off. And the machine won. The bad guys won. The bullies won. The same bullies that picked on Star Trek fans, Star Wars fans, science fiction fans when we were younger. Those are the same people that are running these franchises now. They're not fans. They're not people that understand these franchises. They don't have people that understand the lore and what it means to us. People that have invested countless hours and imagination and conversation into and reading books and everything that has sparked the imaginations of so many different people. So we gotta stay angry, like Doomcock says. Stay angry. Without respect, we reject. Keep voicing our opinions. Stay united. I want to see the fandom united as well. I want to see it healed, and I want to see us getting back to celebrating Star Trek. I don't want to keep having to criticize it. I mean, it should always. Something should always be criticized. Art should always be criticized, but I don't want to have to keep worrying about whether or not we're being attacked this week, or we're being labeled because we don't agree with a creative decision. And the inspiration behind these creative decisions have all been to inspire division. Star Trek was made to unite people.
Yeah,
it was about having a good outlook on the future. You want to look at look at a character like Benjamin Sisko. There was an episode where he spoke. It was about 1 or 2 episodes, but there was one in specific, or Bada Bing, Bada Boom, I think it was, where he was discussing why he didn't like to go to the holodeck, because it was set in 60s or 50s Las Vegas, and it was because of how he felt about the way his ancestors have been treated during the civil rights era. And the episode itself wasn't the theme, that wasn't the message of it, but it was enough of an insight into that character that didn't alter or pervert the message of that episode. Mm-hmm. They still gave you a decent insight and understanding that, yes, things like history do affect people in the future and their outlook and perspectives. But what his girlfriend had said at the time, who also plays on the Orville, that actress, is that the where we have come since then is more important than where we were. And we should always remember and respect where we were, but the struggles that we have gone through to get to where we are, that's what you should remember. That's the value of the lesson. And when you have companies like CBS All Access trying to create division and hate by by promoting racism and divisions, you're not only disrespecting the lore and legacy of that franchise, you're also disrespecting every person who fought in the civil rights movements for women's rights, for the rights of people. You disrespect all of the achievements that they have fought, died, bled for to get to where we are. I want to see Star Trek get back to a place where it unites people to a positive outlook of a future of what could be, where we all are united, where we don't look at a person based on their sexual orientation, their gender, their race, where they come from, what language they speak. We base people on who they are, the merit of their character. And that is why I'm still fighting for the soul of Star Trek. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that well said. And that's why we are regressing here at Star Trek Las Vegas. Mecca mentioned it. Tom mentioned it. They couldn't wait to talk about the Orange Man. That's all they frickin' did when there wasn't a single panel where that didn't come up. And it's almost like they want to try on being bigots for fun, because it is bigoted when you want to continually talk about one side of the aisle and judge one side of the aisle based on generalizations. The fact that I got to say this out loud, but the thing is, it's creeping into our schools and stuff like that. If we could stop it in entertainment, listen, it's too late to stop in our schools. I'm being real here, especially I'm in San Francisco. I got my kid coming home telling me that we got to get rid of cows because they're killing the earth. And I'm like, oh, somebody watched the debate and then it made it to school. And then they told my kid and they scare my kid, because the world's going to end because of cows. It's like, and plus he's a kid, he's a little kid and he's going to listen to that. And then, but the thing is, he brings it to dad because he knows dad will set it straight. But, that's
what my son did. He came home telling me about a health class where they were teaching him about 62 genders.
Oh, and I went down to teaching that shit in school.
I swear to God, I went down to that school and I talked to the vice principal, and he said he would get back to me with some answers about it. My son was told, or I was told, that he would be excused from those lessons because of a difference of ideology. And I told him that was basically akin to teaching in history class the quest for the One Ring, for Lord of the Rings. Like what? It's not about ideology; it's about facts and reason. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's about indoctrination now. That's the problem with schools, and it just like watching what's been going on in like Sweden as well as Australia and even the UK. The stuff that is making their way into their school systems. It's not about education. teaching them, how to read, how to write, history, etc. It's all about the indoctrination, because that's how they're going to get us. We're going to age out, and the next generation is going to be indoctrinated into this garbage so they can be good, obedient sheeple and be told and consume.
Yes.
And what Steven said is Star Trek taught that without being preachy or divisive. And what happened was mental midgets took over Star Trek. And yes, you have to have a certain IQ to write good science fiction and good Star Trek. And quite frankly, the people are running it who probably could run a pretty damn good Hawaii Five-0 show, but they can't run fucking Star Trek.
Star Trek has always been highbrow entertainment. It's always been philosophical. It's always been a deep thinking experience as well as a fun entertainment experience. And
Star Trek can reap major consistent benefits. It's never going to be Star Wars. Star Wars is Star Wars. Star Trek is that. Star Trek is Tony Gwynn. Hate to use a sports ball reference. That dude was just a singles machine. I grew up watching him. He's my favorite all-time baseball player. He could hit a home run when he wanted to. The dude could almost pick it. He was a perfect goddamn hitter. Ted Williams called him the best hitter he ever saw, the most pure hitter he ever saw. He was consistent for years and years and years and years and years. And that's what Star Trek is. Star Trek is consistently good. It can knock one out of the park when it needs to. But there's something to be said for its longevity, and they are destroying it because they unmade it. And to use a Gandalf, I'll paraphrase a Gandalf quote here. If you have to break something to figure out what it is, you have left the path of wisdom. And that's what they did, is they broke Star Trek because they didn't understand it. And instead of they spent so much time trying to avoid canon when they could have just took that energy and learned it.
Yeah. The line math is fun or science is fun, whatever it was that Tilly said in that one episode, was just like, oh my God, this is the audience that they're pitching to.
Well, it's funny because you saw the same thing in some of the Wasp comic book that came out a few years ago. It's like, the whole thing is, science, it's the science, and that's the exact same thing you're kind of getting here.
Did you review that book? Somebody reviewed that book.
I did not. I know a few people in the community reviewed it, but I did not. That was not one of mine.
All right, we're going to show this again. Okay, we're going to get through these. Thank you for being patient. And again, well said, Stephen. Really well said. That's why you're a writer, man. You know how to write. You know how to use the words good. Father Christopher Miller, bless you, my friend. Theron Gale for Canadian Theron, thank you so much. Theron Gale, you're brilliant. That really helps the channel. I thank you. That's very generous. 200 Canadian pesos, everybody. Gary, you finally effing said it. Neo-feudalism, the true plan, much like in the Foundation series by Arthur C. Clarke. Global socialism is being explicitly planned to fail because of who that failure will benefit. Cough. I sure hope everyone has brought their gold and silver for QE for quarter four. Yes, they're doing things. They're setting things up for failure in certain aspects. It's a really deep thing that I need to put much more thought into, Theron. It's almost a lot of it's beyond me. Okay. I'm a simple man. I was kicked out of 3 high schools, and it's probably something, better when I'm with Doomcock or with Steven, and we can maybe for an entire show. I know I've been promising it forever, but what the overall plan is, what is the agenda? Because we do need to answer that question, because we say it, it's not this nebulous thing. There is something going on.
Yeah, I'd love to dig into that subject with you.
Yeah, same here.
Land. At first, I thought it was just a bunch of like-minded people in an echo chamber, but now I'm more convinced that it's planned, because you're seeing companies make decisions that are adverse to making money, and that does not make sense to me.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. We all know the people that have all the money can basically run everything and control everything.
Yeah,
that's not a conspiracy.
But when you're a publicly traded company, you need to always do better the next quarter, and when you're not, it's not. Just testing, not including any F-bombs or 4-letter words for excrement. Gimp Rider 66, thank you for the $5. It's cool. Sporking News Podcast for $2. Gary and Jeremy and the boys motivate me to step up my game. I'm glad we can do that. Get motivated, get inspired. Don't get jealous. And I know you guys don't. Everybody here is cool, but it took me a long time to learn that, to flip that around and just go, oh, that's awesome. I want to do that too. And instead of going, I want to take it from that person, which so many people want to do, it's just like, why I can do it too.
Yeah,
we can all do it together.
Zero sum game. That's the big thing.
Yeah, keep working on your content, keep making good videos, and network, and let other people see what you can do, and the success will come to you.
That's why I hate that step aside thing. It's like, I won't step aside, but how about you step up with me and we can do it together? Because there's something wrong with that. And this divisiveness.
But that's the zero sum game mentality, though. Well, and that's kind of the problem. That's the way a lot of these progressives view stuff. And in order for certain people to succeed, certain people have to fail.
You have to be brought down. That's such a, oh my God.
It is such a
so
fuck
against
mentality.
Sorry. It's so against the entire, my philosophy in life. And like, I had to unlearn that, because that was my mentality when I was a drug addict on the freaking streets.
Well, I think that's the thing too, is that a lot of the shit comes with maturity, right? Because I think a lot of us kind of felt that way, like we're in our early 20s and kind of figuring out how to be adults and whatnot. And that's the thing that I think needs to be drilled in young people's heads, is the idea that you need to be responsible for your own actions. You need to be responsible for your own success, and not blame others or be jealous of other people's success because of reasons. We're not born alike. We're not equal in this world as individuals. We are born in this world with a certain amount of talent. I'm 5'9". I'm never going to be a basketball player. I am not built like a truck. I will never be a lineman. I'm fortunate. I'm a pretty smart dude, and somewhat charismatic. So there are things that I can do that other people cannot, but there are things that they can do that I cannot. And that's just the way the world is. But they want this equity mentality and try and make everyone equal, which is not realistic, because we're not equal. We're all individuals and we're all
childish.
Different. It is
ridiculously childish. And it's like not even worth, like the fact that it got so prominent in culture, I would say it astounds me, but then I just think of Deborah Messing saying she's going to make a blacklist out loud to the point where other stars like Oprah Winfrey said that's bad. Had to tell her that's bad.
She's a fucking idiot, and
moron.
That's the problem with these Hollywood types, is that you stop being human. And I don't mean that to be derogatory. I mean the fact that you become so disconnected from reality because you're so fucking high in your own supply. The reason why we're grounded is because we have people that hold us accountable, be it your boss, be it your spouse, or whatever. This is the reason why we live in the real world, where these Hollywood types don't have to answer to anyone. Everyone's talking about how great they are, and it just goes straight to their head.
And they have to talk about being genuine, because it's actually kind of a rare trait, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Modalicious for $5 says Garth Brooks donates money, writes it off in his taxes, and somehow figures out how to sue people when he gave the donation for the same amount he donated. Wow. I did not know that. That's fun. Damn. I was about to what song? What's a famous Garth Brooks song? I don't know. I knew one once, I think in the 90s. Didn't he retire for a little while?
I have no idea.
Came back? Yeah. But I can remember 90 Cash songs. Gimp Rider 66 for $5. Cash is a great disc. Starts from his first, ends with his last song. God damn, I need to listen to that right after the show.
Me too.
Thank you, Gimp Rider 66. I have a Johnny Cash action figure right behind my monitor right there. After episode 1 came out, my little bro was asleep, and in his sleep, he whispered, "Garth Brooks, Darth Maul, Garth Maul."
That's great.
Original Star Wars fan. That's funny. Garth Maul.
Garth Maul.
Daniel's Thurs for $2. I wish I could do more to support you all. That no.
Watch our content. That's the best way of supporting us.
It.
And sharing it too, because we're getting fucked by YouTube at the moment.
Yeah. If you guys could like, share, and subscribe. I know a bunch of you out there who are watching who aren't subscribed yet. Please consider subscribing. We need it more than ever right now. It's our only protection. Because my God, every time I pop up on my phone, there's like Entertainment Tonight or CNN. I don't watch though. I came to YouTube to watch you. I really like the you part of YouTube. I come to I'll watch Steven's live streams or his videos. I'll watch Comix Division's live streams or his videos. I prefer to watch real human beings interact with their audience. It's a lot of fun. I wish I could do it more. I really do, people. I do.
Yeah.
And that's why occasionally I'll do a live stream on Nerdrotic Live. They're a little smaller affair, so keep an eye out for that. And I can read the entire chat, and I miss those days sometimes.
Daniel, I felt just like you, buddy, for the longest time, man. I'm telling you what, liking, talking about, and sharing these channels, that's the best thing you can do. Yeah.
And there's great channels out there. RK Outpost. I'm proud of that one because I with Jeremy talked him into doing it because we were talking to him at a meetup, and Ryan just like had it. Like he had something that like the gift of gab, and really good smart takes, and a unique opinion. So I'm glad he's doing it. I think he's going to do very well, just like, Drunk Threepio and you, Steven. It's like you guys in comics, you guys got it, It's Captain Spire for $10. This is true. Anos has endured some of the hardest moments of a man's life, losing their father and having their Mona Lisa stolen. I hope in all of this he's gained what CBS has ruined, the fans. His story is not over. Captain Spire, that was a great super chat. Thank you for $10. I hope you heard that.
And that has to be very devastating too, to basically have your Mona Lisa stolen from you. That's
I'm gonna tweet that at him, buddy. After the show.
The funny thing too is like you these SJWs they say they're for justice, then fucking get some justice for Nas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make sure he sees that. I'm sure that will move him. He's been nothing. He's never asked us for a goddamn thing. And if he does right now, I will support him. If he's like, I need some money for the Eternants, like, dude, I will do whatever I can to raise him money.
Get a GoFundMe going and we'll all spread it around.
Yep. Because I don't know if he will. He's got that, you know what? He's got that male dignity that is kind of old school that I like, like what our dads used to have,
right.
Like if they something that's missing from today. As a matter of fact, it's considered bad. It's bad.
Called toxic masculinity these days.
Yeah. And he believes in like family and not I'm going to try to do this on my own and do it with honor. And unfortunately, he went and fought with honor with some people who were not about honor, who wouldn't know honor if it smacked him in the face. Yeah. But I'm glad he didn't change, as long as it doesn't,
Anas, you don't have to ask for help, buddy. We are here to help you.
Yep.
Just reach out.
Yep. I want to give him some space, and I'll reach out to him probably. And I'm sure he's just not feeling talkative right now. I get it. I know when I lost my dad, like that was the only thing. I mean, I can't imagine two things happening, but when I lost my dad, it was a rough year. I don't even remember it. It was just a bad year. Dean Heiss for $5. Eccleston wouldn't have a job if they went with a female in 2004. You're damn right, Dean. So it's easier for him to say something that stupid. And listen, Eccleston, you could tell what happened. Eccleston is a manic, bipolar, anorexic. He's got a lot of issues. And that's why he's such a great actor. I mean, great actors usually have they're crazy. I mean, you listen, I know that's bad to call people crazy. I was crazy for a time too, and you can still label me as a little crazy.
That's derogatory.
Derogatory. No, it's just that's the way he is. He's a tortured soul.
Yeah.
But goddamn, he put in a good performance. He did. But he's like, look at how much he's hurt his own career. And that's because of his mental issues, which sucks. It does suck. And the guy's going to have to be on antidepressants the rest of his life. And that's not fun. So he does have my sympathy. Modalicious for $2. Hollywood is a cesspool. Ask Owen Benjamin. Modalicious, it's a goddamn cesspool. It's a cesspool in every aspect. And I'm not kidding. When I worked at Technicolor, I saw more people crying in public. I haven't seen that many people crying in public since grade school.
Really?
Yep. Like people in the lunchroom crying.
Wow.
Adults.
Yeah.
I'm like,
toxic environments.
Yeah. And it's all about the overscheduling, and none of these people are permanent employees. They're all hired as contractors. They're fucking overworked. They're working 16-hour days constantly.
God.
Yeah, I mean, like that's it's shit like that where unions get created. I mean, I'm not a union person, not at all. But if anything needed some protection, it's those contract workers in post production.
Unions definitely have a time and place, and it definitely sounds like they need it. Technicolor, we did a walkout one day, so I'm for that. Not getting a union, but we all get together and just like never come back from lunch, and that got some attention. It did help. Get together right now for $5. Just donates $5. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Keeps the lights on. Tom King for $2. The good Tom King. Ghostbusters 3 doesn't look woke after Ghostbusters 2016 bomb. No, it doesn't. It's got Paul Rudd. It looks like they're doing everything right. The only thing is I've got a personal beef with Bill Murray. He could have come back and done a Ghostbusters 3 when Harold Ramis was alive, and he didn't because Bill Murray's a fucking asshole. And now he's holding up this production. I hope he doesn't. I hope he comes back. Listen, the fans would just love it. It's just a fucking movie, Bill. Your career. Listen, Bill's bitter. He's bitter because he wanted the fucking Oscar for some reason. Dude, you're a comedian. Your dramatic acting is okay at best. You're famous for this role. I'm sorry you're famous for this role. Give the fans what they want. Ghostbuster fans are awesome. They deserve, just do, what is it? 2 months of principal photography of your life. Do it, and you'll just make a bunch of money. And you get to fucking complain about it. Florida man was the first person to get arrested, says Modalicious for $2. Whoa, hang on a second. Christy, what got redacted by the Google moderator? I swear to God, she posted a link to my to one of my either my channel or my BitChute channel, but it was really random because I saw it got removed by a Google moderator and not her. What did?
Off of mine?
Yeah, she posted something. I want to say it was a link
just show me that's probably somebody said something pretty freaking okay. So guys,
no. It was her comment that got redacted.
Her comment, yeah.
Yes, it was a link to one of my either my channel or one of my channels or something. That was really weird.
DM me, Christy. Yeah. Maybe they're watching. I don't know. Just keep in mind. Okay, that's fine. Listen, the chat here, you guys are freaking cool. I got no problem with you. I do have words that you are not allowed to say in this chat, but none of you would ever say them. So
it was a link to my YouTube channel that got removed.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why is that?
That's what I'm wondering.
Go check your YouTube channel real quick and make sure it's there.
I'll refresh, but it should be.
Yeah. Here, I'll put a link to your YouTube channel. Hang on.
Yeah.
It's my fucking channel. Hang on.
Yeah, because she had it was I saw it because it was an orange because it had Comix Division, and I swear it was a link to my channel.
You gotta read that.
And then it disappeared. Yeah, my channel's still there. I mean, it's okay. But I don't know, man. There's definitely been some YouTube fuckery going on with my channel.
It might have been a bug. Let's we're gonna put a link in real quick, folks. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Hang on. There's Comic Division's channel. Looks good.
Yeah, looks good.
Looks good. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. Maybe it was just a mistake.
Maybe.
Man, you know. Okay, this will be a good time. So I'm going to announce on one of the nooners very soon. Again, I'm gonna be crowdfunding a comic shop soon, about a month or so. I'm gonna set things up. The shop is going to be about a year out. It's not going to be selling new comics. It's going to be an old vintage toy comic store. It's going to start out as an online store. Actually, Mrs. Nerdrotic has already started the process. We're going to inventory. We're going to get everything ready to go. It's going to start out as the website. And then when I move, it's going to turn brick and mortar. The plan is it's supposed to be something for Nerdrotic Jr. when he grows up. It'll be probably the only time I ever crowdfund anything. And it'll be one and done, and it'll be helped. And this is basically going to be my mug club, my backup. So I can make content whether I get monetized on YouTube or not. It's supposed to be backup income. Plus I have a ton of shit, and I like selling collectibles and comics. It's fun. I just don't want to sell anything new. I have no interest in it whatsoever.
I don't blame you.
So it's going to be back issues and old toys and fun stuff.
That sounds great.
For old farts, and that's it. And that's once, you know, we're going to get it all together. We're going to do a pop-up here in San Francisco, or maybe something permanent with a different name. But we're throwing some ideas around. Once I get everything settled down, I'll let you guys know. But that's
you still going to call it Nerdrotic? Or
the one in San Francisco, no.
Okay.
But the one I land in eventually and buy, yes, that will be Nerdrotic.
Okay.
There's reason I'll explain it when I do that, but
fair enough.
There's a reason I won't name it Nerdrotic. What was it? Drackle 6 for $5. One cared when Justin showed up in blackface. It was him shouting, "Where all the white women at?" That was offensive. Where all the white women at?
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. That's a great movie that could never get made
No.
again. Gary, using green screen in San Francisco, of course, you cannot move the homeless, and you cannot film turds in every doorway. Says Eric K for $5. I should do a live stream from downtown. I don't know why I haven't done that. I should get my
cam.
Yeah, get my, just do it from my phone and walk around downtown and see. The Wi-Fi is good down there. It is. Recall Nancy's nephew for $2. Says Gimp Rider and 66. Yes, I don't know. Just recall him, and Jeremy too. Get together now for $2. Thank you for the donation. Daniel Thurs for $10. Here's the thing: when T was elected, I was stunned. I couldn't watch the news for weeks, but that's democracy. Get over it. And if you lose your faith in democracy, then F you.
Hail Daniel.
Hail Daniel. I love that. I freaking love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was taught by my pops, because my pops hated freaking President Carter. Could not stand him, couldn't shut up about it, but eventually he stopped. And I was a kid. I wondered why, and he's all, because he's the president.
Yeah, I didn't vote for Trump. I got over it.
Yep.
I was over before he was elected.
Yeah, so it's I mean, you don't want, like, if you want your own country to do bad, you're such a moron on so many levels. I mean, that's like going to your work. I can't even get my head around that. There's a part, there's a time and place, but we're losing that. And what the other side gets more extreme. When one side does something, it makes it okay for the other side to do it eventually. Do you guys understand that? That's why I've always hated the executive order. Always hated the executive order.
Same here, dude. We're in the same boat.
Fucking can't stand that. And now, you know what? It's okay for one president to do them, but if the other president do, no, we're just getting more and more executive orders. That shit needs to stop.
It does. And now they want to get rid of the filibuster.
Oh, and of course they want to get rid of. Now they want to get rid of they want to get rid of the electoral college, and no, it doesn't fucking work like that.
No, it doesn't.
Fuck that shit. And guess what? you know what? You might start the process and then your guy gets in or gal, and then all of a sudden it goes against you, and then you're going to complain about it.
Yeah.
No.
There's a reason that the government was set up the way that it was, so that different branches could stop another branch from having total power, and that needs to stay in place.
Well, that's been the problem with the executive order bullshit, is they've been giving more and more power to the president, and it's like, dude,
that's been not good.
It's been happening.
It's not good. It's not good. It's like, if you think Trump is bad, wait till a real tyrant gets into power, then we're all fucked.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm only seeing one side shutting things down. I am not for any side that starts shutting things down. Speech, basic rights,
right. I agree.
Amendments. When amendments start getting talked about, making them illegal, I just got a problem with that fundamentally, and that's a human thing, because that shit that's our human rights.
Yeah, the shit that I'm hearing from the Democrats is scaring the shit out of me.
Yeah, dude.
It
I mean,
really
and you're
is.
talking to somebody. There's an amendment I don't have and never will again.
Yes,
actually two. So you don't want to get rid of them willy nilly until you lose them.
Don't.
And and people don't understand
because there's one amendment that protects the rest of them, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. You want to make sure that we never have a tyrant, then don't get rid of that amendment. Now, I know there's some very strong feelings about that amendment, but it's there for a reason.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, all those police that you supposedly hate will be the only ones who are armed.
Yes.
That's not a good idea.
No.
Gary working on some ghost YouTube videos from personal experiences. Would love to share with you and Doomcock if possible. Cracklin, of course, yes. We can get you on for a segment for the Exozone. We just did the Exozone. It's on my Nerdrotic Live channel. Go check it out. It was a good one. We got into the YouTube stuff, but apparently half of that whole show has been solved now. So you could just listen to the paranormal half. We talked about Storm and Air 51. We also talked about the Navy basically saying that UFOs are real. Now,
that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I saw, I don't remember where I saw it. I want to say it was Twitter, but that's balls, dude.
It is. And that's
crazy.
And something must be, I mean, if they're admitting to this, something bigger must be going on. That's what the conclusion we came up to. It's
they had to admit it. If that's definitely
there's something else going on, and the whole thing you can debunk that, because everybody's like, no, that's our technology. No, this video is from 2004. We didn't have the tech. We don't have the technology now. We definitely did not have it back then. 2004, by the way, was a long time ago, and when you're my age, you're like, God, 2004 felt like goddamn yesterday.
Yeah, it did.
If you like shorts, student films, etc., check out the Dust channel on YouTube. I will. Gimp Writer for 66. I do like that stuff a lot, actually. I love short stories. I've always been a big I was a Twilight Zone fan, so I read the Rod Serling Twilight Zone books, which were just basically written adaptations of the episodes. And I'd read them over and over and over and over and over again. God damn, I love Rod Serling. He was the greatest writer ever. Hail the Phantom Menace. Bat Whammon is going to be so cringe. Can't wait to see you roast it in your review, says Nicholas Horton for £5. I'm going to roast the shit out of it.
I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's going to be fun. I think we're going to end up, like, ironically, we in a weird way, liking it. I think it's going to be kind of like what? I don't know if I should admit this out loud. I was a huge fan of the L word. I got into the L word on fucking, I was like, oh, we're going to see like chicks making out with each other. And then I got into like the soap opera drama of it. And I started watching the whole fucking thing. I'm wondering if that's going to be the same case with Batwoman. Like, we're going to like go to roast it. And then all of a sudden by the end of the season, we're all into it. It should be so funny. It would be kind of funny, but it's going to be fucking terrible. I mean, it's just, and maybe if they had the balls to make it a parody, I think that would be genius. If it was making fun of that shit, oh my God, that would be genius on so many levels, but they won't. It's CW. We know it's going to happen. I will roast it. Jason Smoot for $20. Best stream on tonight. Well, thank you, Jason. Thank you for $20. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. There's a lot of good streamers on. Come on. We're all good. in our own way. Wayward Astronaut, $10. Wanted to give you a shout out and upcoming YouTuber Script Doctor. He's done a great video on the Walter Mosley debacle and only has a handful of subs. Go show him some love. I'll show him some love. Sure.
Yeah.
I'll check out what he has to say about that. Mazamonte, what's up for £5? RE, not knowing why SJWs do what they do. There is a plan. Read the 45th Communist Goals and read the congressional records. Some of them will scare you.
Yes.
Dude, there's this book, man. A friend of mine pointed out, I can never remember it, and I actually found it on Amazon. It was actually written in the 90s by the Russians, and it was their plan how to get their country back into prominence. And a lot of the things that they kind of listed, even on the Wikipedia page, you could legit see going on right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's really going on right now.
Yeah.
There was a time I was like, I don't know. And then there was the time where I'm seeing it, but if I say it out loud, people are going to think I'm crazy. And now I'm at the point where I don't give a fuck what people think. It's going on. We need to do something about it. And listen, I'm not like, I'm very, 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 very center. Like really, I'm not some extremist of any kind. I'm pretty milquetoast when it comes to my politics. I'm pretty conservative when it comes to money. So I don't like paying taxes. Bah. But on other stuff, I think live and let live as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
But dude, we got it's also like there's a I don't want to moralize, but there's like a part where we're, we gotta, I don't know. We got to be a little classier about things. That's all. That's all. A little more discreet. Things are getting bad. It's getting degenerate and bad, and and this. I'm a degenerate. And if I'm staying in, it's like, oh god, that's bad. That's like somebody from the Folsom Street Fair going, man, that is bad. That's bad.
It's the growing pains of the internet and global communication and internet technologies, and it was easier back in the day for someone who had, I don't know, immoral thoughts to keep it to themselves because you only had your town or your community to echo off of. And now you can go on the internet and you can find any group of like-minded people who feel the same way and increase your amount of confidence in being an immoral person.
Yeah. Well, not just that. It's like if you have a crazy idea, back before the internet, you're just like the single person. You maybe found a small group of people that had that crazy idea, but for the most part, it was just you. Now with the internet, suddenly all these people with the same crazy idea can meet up and then have a larger voice. That's kind of the problem. The internet is probably the single best and worst technology that came out in the last 20 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a growing pain. We're going through an age of human evolution, human experience that we've never gone through before. We've never had these many people on the planet, as far as we know, and we've never assumed this level of technology as far as we know. So, I mean, we're in for a wild ride. I feel bad for my son's generation because they're the ones that are going to have to try and figure all this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Did Malin just released a video? And it's got Giorgio on the thumbnail. It's a UFO video. Is he being funny, or is it because I'll get his ass on the Exozone if he's?
I love UFO videos.
UFOs. Yeah, way to go, Malin. Make a video. Right on. I don't know if he watches me at all or anything, but
I have no idea.
Last three here. If you want to set up a GoFundMe for Anas's attorney fees and ask Nick Ricada, he's set one up for Vic. He can help you figure it out what can be done. I'll do that, Bald Eagle. I will do that. Nick Ricada is pretty awesome. Alan Massey for $5. Teddy Roosevelt was the first to use executive orders to get past Congress en masse. Why? That's why we have Yellowstone and national parks. Well, that was good. And hey, Alan Massey, all things start out with great intention.
Yeah, Teddy did a lot of good things.
Captain Spire for $5. Wait, did the Anas case just set a precedent that if I make an alien character from a doomed world with superpowers named Awesome Guy, it's original? Yes. Yes. Why not? Or that a blue tardigrade is laissez-faire, so I would start using Star Trek stuff as laissez-faire because I don't know. I really don't like CBS right now. I don't like Alex Kurtzman. It is getting personal at this. I just don't like this guy. I think he's a typical Hollywood person with a massive ego. How he got that massive ego, I don't know, because he has no talent. He does not deserve the Star Trek franchise. Does he deserve not to work again? No. Go make your Hawaii Five-O's and, again, a remake of another show. I mean, the guy's just like a repurposer. Again, don't call them creatives, call them repurposers.
I think that's very fitting. And the thing I find so hilarious now is that we're getting ready to have a reboot of a reboot. And it's by somebody who's talented.
Yeah, it's so disappointing Sam Esmail's doing it, but that guy's kind of over political too. All right. So, Steven, plug your channel and plug your book.
Yeah, my channel's author Stephen Walton. I'm taking my channel seriously now because people have been subbing. I appreciate everybody that's been subbing. I'm having weekly interviews with different YouTubers so that fans get a chance to get to know the creators behind their channel and get to learn a little bit more about them, maybe draw some more subs to them. The Phantom Menace Volume 1, Indiegogo is going to start soon. I will let everyone know when that starts. It's going to be a 5-volume series. And you can see me on Twitter at Lodonis. And if you have not already, check out Itchy Baka has an Indiegogo going for Disney Star Wars is Dumb, and support independent creators.
Support independent creators. Any necessary links will be in the description. This video will probably go over to Nerdrotic Live. It'll also be on my website, nerdrotic.com. Comix Division, plug your channel.
Hey. Well, I guess the best way of putting it is if you like my shitty opinions, go and sub to my channel. I should have a new video up Monday. I promise that won't be me live streaming Borderlands 3. Now that I feel like my voice is somewhat coming back and I'm nowhere near as raspy as I was earlier in this week, I feel like I can actually record something. So I will be having the new weekly roundup, which I'm going to try and get released on a regular basis on Mondays. So look forward to that. Again, I still have a lot of ideas that I want to get out in the video format. It's just taking some time. Specifically, I want to do a series on talking about what makes a character of Mary Sue. I want to talk a little bit about storytelling. I know I mentioned this like a couple streams ago about the whole thing with a guy climbs up a tree, people throw rocks, get him down out of the tree gracefully. And what I'm planning on doing, and I need to do this before don't say the Last Jedi comes out. The last Star Wars movie, whatever the fuck you want to call it, comes out. I want to talk about that stuff, specifically comparing the original Star Wars versus what happened with The Force Awakens, and yeah, lots of ideas.
Oh, it's going to be interesting when Rise of Skywalker comes out because it's going to be a JJ movie, so I think some people are going to get lured back,
Mm-hmm.
And because there's a definite divide in the Phantom Menace where there's people who like The Force Awakens and people who don't. I don't like The Force Awakens, never liked The Force Awakens. It's okay if you like it, I don't care. But I think it's going to be interesting to see. I don't think it's going to cause a civil war or any crazy shit like that. I just think it'll be a kind of a normal debate over the quality of a movie.
Yeah, it'll feel like a fandom.
Yeah, it will. It'll be interesting, but it's not going to heal anything, and it's not going to, and then Disney's going to play around in the past, but it's going to be an interesting 3 months. Great stream tonight, Gary Echo Base for $1.99. Thank you, man. It's good to see you. How you guys doing over there at the Echo Base? Check out the Echo Base Network, another Phantom Menace channel. Good guys. Nicholas Glenn and the coach. Yeah, so we're going to end it here. Thanks guys for hanging out. We had a good crowd tonight. Again, we had a peak count of 1,287 people. That is fantastic for a Friday night. What are you people got no labs or something? No. Thank you for, I hope we entertained you a little bit. And I want to thank my guest, Jeremy Griggs. Don't forget to impeach Jeremy. Odin's movie blog, of course, came in. Drunk Threepio came in. And Comix Division, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it.
As always, my friend.
Author Stephen Walton.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and we will end it again with a little. Oh, don't you come in with your last minute super chats, damn people! For putting up with our politics tonight. LOL. Nina Fabiano, $10. Yeah, I'd say that for our politics. Yeah, sorry, but sometimes it gets in there, but we try to keep it on entertainment. Gary, the new BSG showrunner, said it is not a reboot. He is doing a new story in the same universe as
the 2004.
Yes. So he's so I don't understand what that is.
How?
It's a story that ended.
Yeah, seriously, it did end. I mean,
so okay, so it's a side story of a story that ended. How I don't even understand that. They should if they want to reboot something, go to the Glenn L. Larson stuff, make it in the Guardians of the Galaxy style, make it fun, bring some aliens in, make it Star Wars, because Battlestar Galactica is a Star Wars rip off.
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's what it is. So lean into that a little bit. You might be able to beat them. But Sam Esmail is unable to do. He's very good at nihilism and postmodern stuff, and very, very good at the unreliable narrator. Probably one of the best, but he's not good at making stuff fun. And I have already seen nihilistic, dark, postmodern Battlestar Galactica and enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah, same here.
To go right back there is fucking dumb. It's lazy and dumb. And it's disappointing from Sam Esmail, who's usually much smarter than that. Now we'll see what it comes out. But I mean, I don't want to support it. I'm not going to waste my time on it. Honestly, I got better things to do.
Well, the thing that sucks too is that the actor who played Apollo, he wanted to bring back the original, and unfortunately, he passed away before he had an opportunity to do it.
Yep. So instead of bringing back the original, which was actually a pretty damn good concept, damn good concept, and it was just ahead of its time. And as much as I love the 2004 version, I would love to see a straight up with aliens, proper looking, Cylons. What were Cylons, guys? They were aliens. They were the fucking Cylon Raiders.
Yes, they were aliens.
Yep. Well, people don't know that. The Cylons were like this.
They were built by a reptilian race in the original canon.
Yeah. But got replaced by the robots.
Yep, when they ran out of money.
Yeah.
It's funny when you're watching that stuff as a kid, you didn't realize that it was only over like a year and a half, 2 years, and it felt like forever. I mean, like I was on forever.
I know.
He had too much meat for Stallone, said SD. Okay, we can end it right there. Can end it right there. Sam is style over substance. Lauren, you're right. I mean, he's really good. Don't get me wrong. There would be a time I'd be excited about it. I just hate them going back into Ronald D. Moore's world. Leave it the fuck alone. It's Ronald D. Moore's world. Make your own, Sam. This is beneath him. That's what I'm saying. It's really beneath him. They must have really paid him a lot of money to do that. All right, everybody, have a very good night. We're going to end it there, and we'll end it with a little quote about Aragorn. Not all who wander are lost.